And we are live just a couple of minutes early, about 3 minutes early. And this is an impromptu. We're just going live because I haven't been doing videos in forever. The last time I went live, I think was the last video that I dropped. I'm not sure on that. Y'all can check that. But hopefully we'll have the Canelo fans come through, cheer, fangirl for their guy for this bullshit fight. Yeah, I'm saying it. It started the stream. It's a BS fight. It's no good. Berlanga's probably going to get stopped more than likely. If Canelo is 50% of what he used to be, Berlanga gets stopped. His style of fighting is not conducive. His defense is horrible. I mean, stylistically, everything Berlanga does is wrong. He crowds, which means the shorter fighter is going to get close. He throws wildly, which means the counterpuncher is going to be able to counterpunch. He allows himself to get pushed backwards, which means he could be trapped on the ropes. Everything that he does is horrible against Canelo. And to these people believing that Berlanga is going to knock Canelo out, I don't see how. Canelo arguably has the best chin in all of boxing. Arguably has the best chin. And I'm going to say that, like, you could argue, despite all the ducking Canelo does, in my opinion, you could argue that Canelo has one of the best chins in boxing. In any weight class you pick, his chin stands amongst the best of them, if not the best. And the thing about it is this. The idea that Berlanga is going to knock out Canelo, even if he's a little older, is ridiculous to me. Berlanga can't knock out C+ level fighters. The minute you put a C+ level fighter in front of him, like Deontay Wilder, the knockouts evaporate. They disappear. No, scratch that, pause that, reverse that. Let's rephrase that. Deontay Wilder could knock out better competition than Berlanga because at least Wilder could compete on the highest level. He may not have won, but he could compete. And he still had some type of pop. Berlanga, at the lowest level of the top end, the C+ fighters, he can't even hurt him. He can't hurt him. He couldn't hurt Quigley. He couldn't hurt Angulo. He couldn't hurt Steve Rose. He couldn't hurt Steve Rose. No, better yet, he could not hurt Damon Nicholson. Are we serious? How many times has Nicholson been knocked out? I remember my dude in Billy just knocked his ass out not too long ago. I think it only went 4 rounds. Stopped him. Berlanga, this first round KO artist, couldn't even hurt him. I know I forgot a fighter. But again, every time Berlanga steps up against just C+ level fighters, his knockouts, his power disappears, and it gets moved backwards. So how the hell is he going to push Canelo back? How the hell is he going to keep his distance when he never keeps his distance? He crowds kind of like Fundora used to do before he fought Tim Tszyu. And he leaves himself wide open for shots. He's got no feet, no defense, and he swings wide. And we're to believe that he's going to knock out arguably the best chin in all of boxing, arguably the best counterpuncher in all of boxing, and a wild, sloppy, no power against C+ level fighters is going to knock him out. And you already know, even if you could manage, which I don't believe he can, but even if you could manage to knock Canelo down, you got to knock him down at least 5 times to win on the scorecard, or you're going to lose. You could win 12 out of 12 rounds like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and still end up in a draw, like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and won scorecards. So again, this fight to me is ridiculous. And people to me are foolish because they look at size. And they're like, oh, he's taller than Canelo. He's bigger than Canelo. But I don't believe he is. I don't think Berlanga walks around heavier than Canelo. Berlanga to me, maybe 190, maybe one. I say 190 pushing it at his biggest outside of fight. I guarantee you Canelo's every bit of 195 or heavier when he's not fighting. I guarantee you. So people look at how short Canelo is, just like they look at how short Tank is, how short Mike Tyson was, and we could just go on and on and on, but they don't realize the mass, the weight behind the individual that they think is smaller, when all actuality, they have more weight. It's called weight classes, not height classes. And again, at the end of the day, Berlanga is just there to get knocked over. This is the easiest fight Canelo could take. This is no different than a Jaime Munguia, and even a Jaime Munguia is much more skilled than a Berlanga. A Jaime Munguia, if we were to compare the two, they're not even in the same stratosphere. Even a Jaime Munguia looks like an elite fighter next to a Berlanga. But the dude had 16 knockouts in a row in the first round against garbage truck drivers. I had to pause. Against people who work in Amazon factories. You know, first round knockouts against them. But whenever you put a C+ level fighter in there in front of them, it goes the distance. And yes, I know he's coming off of the knockout win, but I would have to say who? Against who? Nick Rory? Who is that? Some Irish guy? Anyways, I'm going to drop the link, see if anybody wants to hop on the panel. I think this fight is a sham of a fight. It should have been who everybody wants to see, David Benavidez, if he can come back down to 168, which he might not be able to do. Or in my opinion, it should have been Billy. Billy is the best fight to fight Canelo. That's who we should be watching. We should be seeing Billy in there with him, because Billy and him are the same height, and Billy and him are going to be around the same weight, except Billy in there against Canelo, I believe he's going to be a lot stronger. He carries a lot more muscle. And he's got a gas tank that goes on forever, and he throws haymakers, and he swarms you. And one of the worst things that can happen to a counterpuncher is a relentless puncher, because a guy who does not take a break, who does not stop, who always swings, does not give you the opportunity to find the perfect shot. Thus, stylistically, I think Billy's all wrong for Canelo. But Berlanga is all right for him. Canelo has already proven that he excels against immobile, tall fighters. Well, Lara, I think Lara's too small for Canelo at this point in time. Prodigal, what's going on, UGC Flame? What's going on? I'm just looking at the chat now. I see Prodigal's in the building, UGC Flames in the building. The link is in the chat if anybody wants to click it. He's like a super middleweight. Jared Anderson is better technically. Bob is going to take an L. Yeah, he's not going to take an L. He's going to make a huge payday off this blown up hype job. Bob knows Berlanga's getting effed up. I agree 1,000%. He knows it. But like I said, might as well cash out. Why not cash out with the biggest fighter? Because Berlanga steps up against anybody with any decent skills, he'll get exposed, and he'll get exposed bad. It won't even be competitive how bad he'll get exposed. He'll get mollywopped. In fact, like I said earlier, I think Jaime Munguia stops him, and I don't think it goes very deep into the fight. That's how low on the totem pole Berlanga is. The dude has got no fucking skills. He's not an elite fighter. He's not on his level, and it's going to be shown. And all that shit that people talk about, Canelo's old, he doesn't look the same, he guesses out late, he hasn't knocked people out, blase, blase, blase. All that is going to go out the fucking window, because Canelo's going to show you what happens when you put a D-level fighter in front of him. What's going on,
What's going on, Tony? I'm well, brother.
So how do you feel about this fight?
Oh, I mean, it's a dog walk. I think Canelo's probably going to do him like he did Yildirim.
Oh, shit.
And I even said in the chat, I got a little frosty. I said Yildirim will give Berlanga a tough fight.
Has Yildirim been active? I haven't been keeping up with him.
No, I really don't know. I mean, technically he got a Canelo payday, so he doesn't have to fight again.
I mean, I will be honest with you. I think active Yildirim, I agree with you. I think if Yildirim was active, he could very well beat Berlanga. I really think he could.
Because he was like, he was giving people that work like before you know, when he fought Darrell, like I think Darrell would give Berlanga problems now.
Berlanga's
Anthony
trash.
Durrell. You said Berlanga's trash.
He's trash, bro.
That's why I said he's kind of like he reminds me kind of like of Jared Anderson, but just the super middleweight version. But I'm saying Anderson's like better technically.
Way better technically. He's faster. He's more mobile.
So that's why I'm saying I think the fight's going to go down the same way, like how Anderson, like, you know, like Berlanga's heart is going to get checked, and I don't think he has the heart to like just stand there. Like once he gets dropped a couple times, he's just not gonna get up. He'll probably just take a knee and not get up.
So you said you compared Berlanga to Jared Anderson?
No, I'm saying kind of like how they have a similar, like Top Rank kind of build them very similarly.
Yeah.
Right. Like the kind of like they're a little flashy, you know, they're walking around the chain. So
they
have
overhyped. We can just say that. They overhyped, bro.
Yeah, they have a similar type of profile. So that's why I'm saying it kind of reminds me of now Bob threw him in there with somebody who's just gonna beat him. So it's like I don't think if Berlanga gets beat bad, I highly doubt we'll see him again.
Oh, he's gonna get beat bad.
Yeah, so I'm saying I think this is kind of his cash out fight, kind of, you know.
Does anybody expect for this to go the distance?
No.
Like that's what I'm saying. If Canelo can't knock out Berlanga, bro, damn, it might be time for Canelo to think about hanging it up too. Because I think this, like how you were saying earlier, Tony, like Berlanga is all right for Canelo. Like everything he do it's like food. Canelo's gonna walk through him from the eye test. I'm like, nah, this is not gonna be competitive. Berlanga gonna come in there with a lot of heart and get knocked out. You know, that's what I see.
I mean, I agree. Like, I don't even think he's gonna come in there with a lot of heart. Like, I think
that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have the heart. I don't think. Like,
maybe the right word is pride. You know, Puerto Rican versus Mexico.
He gonna be left looking like the Tin Man by about 2-3 rounds into the fight.
That's what I'm saying. All Canelo has to do is keep punching him in the arm, and how he made Smith grow an extra bicep on his bicep. It's gonna be the same way.
I think the way he did Kirkland is gonna be looking like that.
Oh yeah.
Key. It could be one of them type of nights for Canelo. Just walking in the shit.
The thing about it is when you get these alleged knockout artists, it happens time after time after time after time. When you get these built up alleged knockout artists and they finally go up in there against somebody who's not tailor-made to make them look good, they always get fucking exposed. They always get dismantled. They always get destroyed. Every fucking time. It's a rinse and repeat. I mean, I don't understand. Like, it just it's nonstop. Like, you've seen the blueprint in boxing, how they build these fictitious knockout artists. All you got to do is look at the competition level. All you got to do is look at what happens to the power when they semi-step up and it evaporates. And then they get in there with somebody who's really been against knockout artists, who's really been tested, and then they just get derailed. They just get, you know what? Fuck it. I agree with you. Anthony Durrell probably beat the brakes off of him.
See, I told you. I think he would.
That comment, you know, Derevyanchenko, somebody said Derevyanchenko versus Berlanga. Yeah, but Derevyanchenko might give Berlanga to work too.
He would. The problem is, I think his age finally caught up to him.
In that last fight?
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, because when your shoulders and stuff start popping out of place, that's kind of a sign of the end.
Damn.
Yeah, but I mean, that's happened to people of all ages. Like,
no,
I don't know.
It does, but at his age specifically, and he's been in some battles, so it's probably time.
What was it, like a bicep thing, right?
Yeah, his bicep. I think he tore his bicep.
Yeah. Allegedly.
So that's what I'm saying. When you start getting tears and shoulders popping and all these different things at his age, and it's that's kind of like a death sentence. That's like a sign of the end. Like he didn't look old overnight. I would say that, and crazy enough, he won rounds with just one hand. So
you know what it kind of reminded me of? It kind of reminded me of Gary Russell Jr. when he lost one arm, and after he had one arm, he started winning rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, only difference is Gary really won, and they robbed him.
Yeah, it's true.
I had Gary winning that fight. I was like, man, he beat his ass on one hand.
Yeah, but you know what I think it is the veteran fighters, when you take something away from them, they fight smarter. You know what I mean? And then
He did fight smart.
The younger guys, they don't know what to do with that experience because they've never experienced that experience before. So once they start to fight smarter and more defensively and look for openings and not so much like attacking like Dermianchenko was early, it becomes a lot harder fight for the younger guys. And that's why I don't understand why the older fighters, they always tend to want to come out and impose their will to show that, I can still hang with you. I can still bang with you. I'm still just as good as I was when I was younger. I'm going to show this young guy. And a lot of times it doesn't turn out good for them. But if they do like Mayweather did when he got older and they start fighting smarter, they always tend to start causing a lot of issues for the younger fighters.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I think happened with Billy. There was a huge, because even though Dermianchenko doesn't have a lot of fights, the fights that he does have are on the highest of levels.
Yeah, exactly.
He only lost to good people. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Truth be told, he beat Triple G. He got robbed.
Yeah, I think, we all see. Ray Charles seen that motherfucker won that fight, bro. Yeah, he won that.
Yeah, he beat him. He definitely beat him.
He's one of the uncrowned champs, basically.
That was one of the fights where Triple G clearly looked hurt. Yeah, that man,
Well, I think that was the first fight that Triple G showed that he was old. Because he just looked sluggish.
That was started to be the downslide. Yeah. I mean, that's what made me so mad with this guy when he fought the Japanese dude. I was like, oh my gosh, he really could have won that fight, but he just fell into Triple G's hands.
Yeah.
And I just think he probably just wasn't just that amount good to beat Triple G at that time. But that was like the perfect time to beat Triple G.
Right.
Because that would have spoiled Canelo's plans. And then, that would have spoiled the whole.
Well, actually, I disagree with you. I don't think it was ever in Canelo's plans to have the trilogy. I think it was in DAZN's plans.
They kind of forced that on him.
Yeah, I don't think Canelo ever wanted to fight him a second time or a third time.
I think they had to cash Triple G out, though, because he had like an agreement with DAZN, and that probably was supposed to be his last fight.
The trilogy was in the contract for Triple G, so they had to deliver the fight. But the Lara 2 fight that you're talking about,
that's what I'm saying. He's on the undercard, and I kind of feel like that might be a thing.
Hey, yo, to the chat, your boy, 263. Actually, I was 264 tonight on the scale.
Dang, Tony.
Getting bigger than AJ. Way bigger than AJ. Oh, shit.
How
get in the ring with him.
Holding that, bro?
You ain't getting in the ring with him, but
how's the frame holding that? That's crazy.
You gotta understand. You say what you say, Black, but I'm not scared of these dudes in real life. Like,
hey, what you call it? What's some dude name that got knocked out in 2 rounds? He wasn't scared either. He had a lot of people convinced. I was like, oh shit. This UFC dude ain't playing.
Listen, Charlie Z stood up to Deontay Wilder in his prime. There we go.
Charlie Z had hella heart.
And beat Deontay Wilder. He beat him. I don't care what nobody says. He beat him. You know why he beat him? Because Wilder hit him while he was down. That's a DQ.
That's it.
Oh, shit.
You know,
disqualified.
That's it.
And he had the opposite glove on his hand.
Oh man,
the wrong glove. So yeah, man. Deontay should have got charged or something for that.
Charlie Z's undefeated, man.
Assault on a minor and shit.
Undefeated.
Here's the deal. I've been said when Lady Chan said that she wished AJ would fight me, I agree. Let me get a payday. Payday. I know. Payday. I'll get in there with AJ. I'll fight him. Fuck that.
Yeah. I hope you get paid good because he knocking you smooth out.
I mean, you
He gonna
say
get
that.
knocked
You say that,
smooth
but
out.
there was this one guy. There was this one guy who was like undefeated, the best champion boxing had ever seen, named, was it Apollo Creed? And he bet it all. He bet it all against this guy named Rocky Balboa, who was an
Oh,
unknown
man.
club fighter.
My
And you
man
know
was
what ended
losing
up
to
happening?
Spider Rico.
Please
know
tell
what
me you didn't
happened?
just do this, man.
You know what happened? Rocky beat him. He got robbed, and then they did a rematch, and he definitely beat him.
All right, man. Apollo Creed in the dirt, ain't he? Let's go move on. Let's move to another subject, man.
Come on.
Damn.
Don't do
Yo.
Apollo. You know what else is sad though that you mentioned that? Now that you breaking that up, Mufasa's gone too, man.
Mufasa.
Mufasa, yeah, man. Condolences, man. You know, shout out to Mufasa, Apollo Creed. Who else want to shout out? Ricky from Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
All the fallen soldiers out there, man. You know.
All I'm gonna say is, if a huge if I could touch his chin, I know I could crack it. I know.
I just hope you touch them M's, Tony. I'm rooting
Tony,
for you.
would
Oh,
you
we
consider
definitely gonna
the
touch M's. I don't give a fuck if I get knocked out in the first 30 seconds. But
What if
I'm
they said we only gonna give you 500,000? We A side, 500,000 A side. You coming to the UK?
I'm not
Guess
taking
what?
it for 500K. Like by the time taxes hits me, that shit might be 100,000 all said and
you
done.
got to pay coaches and all that.
Yeah, I'll be lucky if I have 100,000 left over.
Just
Like,
you don't need no coach, man. You don't need no coach, Tony. F that, man.
get the fuck out of here. Like,
Would you take a Jake Paul fight, Tony?
Like, all you need is hard work. Hey, Tony, all you need is hard work and Scooter.
hard
You know.
Scooter.
Yeah, man. Ryan got the connect, so you be good.
You know, from my understanding, there's no testing when it comes to AJ fights. So, you know, you may see a Tony's reviews that is
Nah, he be by the testing,
the,
so you definitely gonna get pulled up on.
He's gonna hop on Snack. You gonna hop on Snack?
I might be over there. You might see me do a video with Victor and all them other dudes with Haney and Bud over there at Victor's gym.
Don't. No, Tony. As like two lives ago, we don't mess with Haney no more, man. He's out here punching dudes at carnivals and stuff. And people standing up to. Dude, I still can't believe that. That was the weakest punch he's ever thrown in his life. Oh my gosh.
No.
And it looked like his homie was getting pieced up. I was like,
He
damn.
was. His homie got grounded, was getting hit.
I was like, damn, he kind of getting pieced up too. I'm like, damn, this is a bad night for the kid, man. Missed the punch. Homie got whooped on. Now they gotta leave.
He sucker punched a dude and walked away. I couldn't believe that.
Look, if you hit somebody that weak, you'd want to walk away
sucker
too.
punch.
Golly.
He sucker fainted him. Like it wasn't even a punch. It was just like, bro,
Oh,
no,
man.
what was so funny is the dude was arguing with his homeboy, got hit, and it was so soft he didn't even realize he got hit. He just kept his conversation going.
Right.
That's exactly it. Oh my god.
Like, that a gnat? What the fuck was that?
See now, but
he's like, oh, that was a punch. All right, we could do it. Started swinging on him. Yeah,
but I'd definitely be over there at Victor's gym having all my blood levels tested.
Victor will snack you out, bro. Like, I mean,
he's gonna get the real Drago treatment for real. Just straight up.
Man, he put him in the Drago.
All I'm saying, if that fight happened, and if I visit Victor Conte and I come to that ring 280 pounds with abs from my chest to my waist, don't say nothing.
Nah. You know, it's a better chance you'll slim up a little bit. He gonna have you on some kind of stuff that's gonna have you high energy. You're gonna be running and lifting. You're gonna be about like 230 chiseled though.
I don't want to be 230, not against AJ.
240, 235, 240.
What about would you do Bridgerweight?
Huh?
Would you do a Bridgerweight fight? Like if you got Wilder at a Bridgerweight, would you take it?
Yeah, I
Tony?
take that.
Oh hell no! Don't do that, Tony.
I don't
Hell nah.
I don't think
Cause
Wilder's got power. I don't think
cause
he's got
what?
power.
Hey, what
He's not
weight
the
is
same
Bridger?
no more. The windmill is gone.
Even if he was the same, I don't think he has power. I watched Charlie Z take his best shot and not get knocked out.
But
I don't think he's got
that
power.
was before
How many
Wilder
times
had
you
the
gonna reference
titanium in his
Charlie
hands,
for
I think.
this?
Look. I've always been on the fence with Wilder's power. I've always been on the fence, and I really don't think he hits that hard.
Nah, bro, we gotta stop that argument right there, bro.
So how many top 10 fighters has he knocked out in his career?
No, you're right. We're not. But I'm just saying to not have power though, dude is nah, man.
Does Berlanga have power?
Do Berlanga have power?
Yeah.
For a certain level, yeah. For a certain level of fighter, yeah. But not at the top level, like yeah. Not elite.
Berlanga's got more first round knockouts than Deontay Wilder.
That don't mean nothing. You knock out 20 lift drivers. That don't mean nothing, man.
You gotta understand though, man. Like I understand it's been years removed from the boxing gym. Years removed. But you gotta understand, I still have an amateur pedigree. And you gotta understand, I've been in the ring with world champions.
But I'm just thinking about the weight factor. Because what weight is Bridger?
Like 220.
Yeah.
Deontay automatically walk around there. Like, his weight is around there already. You will be taking weight. You will have to lose hella weight. He already comfortable, waiting for your ass to just you gonna have
but that's the kind of point. You want to be heavier and then come down in weight.
See the thing.
I mean, I told him that, but it still is gonna be Deontay though, man.
You gotta understand though. See, here's the thing that you don't understand, Black. You don't realize how fucking hard I hit. Like that's the thing about it.
So what you saying is he's not gonna be able to take what you about to land. Damn, you taking what he landed.
What I'm trying to tell you is, had you ever seen me fought anybody, you would have seen what it looked like to see a soul walk out of a body. Like, you don't realize. You gotta understand.
Stage left.
You gotta understand something. In the amateurs, it's a lot harder to get knockouts. It's a lot harder because you got on 12-ounce gloves, you got on headgear. The referees like to step in and stop anytime you get any type of progress. They'll do a standing count, and it is very hard to get knockouts, especially in only 3 rounds. And out of the 32 fights I had, 30 of those ended in knockout. And you got to understand, you don't know about the professionals that I spar with. And sparring is not the same as fighting. I say it all the time. It doesn't matter. But you don't know how many professionals I dropped several times. Like, there's a whole history. So when I'm telling you, like, skill, technique, all the things that I would need, experience, don't have that. Way too far in life. But when it comes to raw strength power, I promise you, you would be very surprised how hard I punch.
So let me ask you a question. Do you have a target weight, or you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just keep going until I just reach like what are you trying to get to?
Right now?
Yeah.
So me getting this heavy was not on purpose. Like,
not playing. It was
just eating and working out. It just happened. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Because this is the heaviest I've ever been in my life. But again, like, it just, and the thing about it is I don't even feel like my body is at its maximum potential. And what I mean by maximum potential is to where I can no longer touch my toes, to where I can no longer be flexible and turn and touch my back. You know what I'm saying?
And wipe your ass and shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like I still have a lot of room that I can fill out. And I'm just so damn heavy. Now, ideally, judging off my history, I would say that if I was playing any sport, whether it be basketball, football, track, etc., I would say my ideal weight, where I felt in my physical peak, was probably in between 225 to 235.
Didn't I just say that a little bit ago?
Yeah, you did. But what I'm saying is you got to understand, that was at my physical peak. Okay, even if I could get back to my physical peak, which I doubt it because I'm older, damn near 34. The thing about it is I'm old. I'm old, especially coming back after years and years of doing nothing. You know what I mean? Um, the bottom line is I wouldn't want to be that light against somebody like AJ because I'm not gonna be able to move and react and just dance around them like I would need to do. I need to be big enough to where I could take the shots, get close to him to land shots. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
I
I
would never
can't.
game plan that way with AJ. Fuck taking shots to get to him. Nope. Mm-mm.
But you
You
gotta
be thinking
understand.
of, you wake up thinking about that game plan. Like, damn, did that shit go right or?
Yeah, but
Oh,
like you just saw with Jared Anderson, weight matters, and the heavier you are, the more damage you can take. The lighter you are, the easier
yeah,
it is
yeah. I hear what
for
you're
somebody
saying.
to put
Yeah,
you down, especially when they have the weight advantage. So if I know that I will only have 6 months, maybe a year max to get in my whatever best shape, I'm gonna try to come in as heavy as possible to where I don't lose mobility. So whatever weight that may be, I at least want to be above 250. I want to outweigh them. Period. Because I don't want to be lighter. Because I'm scared that the reaction time's not gonna be there like it used to be. The speed, the agility, the movement. You know what I mean? So I need to be able to at least absorb a couple of shots to try to get a shot off. Because you got to understand, I don't care who you are, how naturally gifted you were. If you go all these years without training, you're not going to be as fluid as a person who does it every day for the past 20 years or 15 years, however long. You know what I mean? Like you're just not going to have that fluidity, even
yeah,
if you were a prodigy. It's just too much lull time.
yeah. Hey, so the co-main is
Coleman.
what Danny and there's Landy Laura, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that fight. I have no idea who to pick in that shit, man.
I
That's a
think
pick'em
Laura's
fight. Like
gonna
I
do
have
it.
no idea. Like they
I
both
think Laura's
what,
gonna do it.
inactive. Both one is coming up what from 47, fought once at 54. Laura is just one of the most inactive people on the PBC side. Nobody even remember how he even got the belt.
He
I
beat
think
Thomas
Laura
Romano.
beats him. I think Laura beats him.
Yeah, I think
You think Laura?
Laura might knock him out. Actually,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Danny ain't
Danny?
never had the best. He
That's
ain't never
another.
had.
Hold up. Hey, hold up, Tony. That's another dude in the sport that got a good chin. Because you were talking about chin earlier.
Yeah, but Laura, since he's been more offensively
he plants his
engaging and
feet.
not so defensive, he's been knocking people out. He's been hitting way harder than he ever has. And when you got a little dude coming up who's been extremely inactive, who really doesn't have a defense, who relies on his chin, I see the writing on the wall for him getting stopped.
Yeah,
I think Danny's defense is decent enough to not get knocked out. Like I feel like that. Like I think it's going a distance. I just don't know. Like at this point, with Laura's old. Like how old is Laura? Like 40, 49 or some shit?
listen, my man has been.
I don't know. Let's look it up. How old
He's
is he?
been. That's Cuban age that you see on his
41.
Wikipedia.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's like 49 and a half.
He's probably
Yeah.
like 50, bro. Listen, my man's been in the freaking game since Fight Night. No, since Knockout Kings, bro.
So once you factor in his age, it's like, yo, what is he really gonna win this fight? You know, Danny.
It's just the
Danny
fact
is
that he
slow as
sits on his
shit too.
punches
Like
now.
Danny is super
He,
slow.
He's
he
really
sits on his
slow.
punches, so that gives him like the chance of like potentially stopping Garcia.
So Laura got the speed advantage. Who got power advantage? It's gonna be Laura or Danny.
Laura.
Damn, 2 checks for Laura. What about chin? Who got the better chin?
You got to understand.
Laura been dropped before, but from
But,
bigger
but,
guys.
but ever since Laura moved up to 160, he stopped everybody.
Okay. So
So kind of like
undefeated
how Crawford was
at
above
160.
What's that?
Undefeated at 160.
Yep, and
That's working for him.
person. I don't think Danny can do it. Like if Danny was a bigger dude, he said 12 toes. Danny 12
Yeah,
toes.
bro.
Got that
12 toes
Anunnaki blood
down, bro.
going through him.
Yeah. If Danny was like Jarrett Hurd size, then I give him a chance.
Yeah, he's just a little dude. Like
Fuck that. He's not that big.
That's what I'm saying. If like that's who I think they should probably run it back again. If Jarrett Hurd, well, I mean, he has other problems, but I mean, if he he's kind of washed now. But if he was to have been consistent, they could have revisited that fight at 160.
It should have happened right away, but they said Hurd didn't want it. Hurd was like, "Fuck no!" Like the dude from Friday, no. When they asked for the rematch,
wasn't it Tony Harrison that beat Hurd first?
To beat him first? No,
Yeah.
Hurd beat Harrison.
Yeah,
I thought he lost to him. Who beat him?
Hurd lost to J-Rock.
J-Rock?
Yeah,
J-Rock.
J-Rock.
Yeah, he lost to J-Rock.
Yeah, because it was the short one. Yeah.
And J-Rock lost to Rosario.
Ever since he lost to him, it's been over.
Yeah.
He was down here from there, for sure.
He's one of them fighters. Like, it's weird. You see a fighter lose one time and they never recover.
Yeah, it's just been
they probably built him up in his head too much and then, messed him up.
Charles D said make bread on that one. The thing about Hurd is he used to fight a lot like Fundora. He didn't use his height. He smothered. And you don't smother a short fighter because now you're going into 100% of his power.
And blocking punches with his face, it's not a good recipe. It's not a good combination. So his flaws work against him.
Like Hurd, that's another great fight that we lost. Like we never got to see Charlo and Hurd when they were both undefeated.
Yeah.
And that would have been for all the belts, I think, at one point, right?
Yeah. It would have been for undefeated.
If I'm not mistaken, because I think Hurd, how many belts did Hurd have? 2 or 3?
2.
Oh, and then I think that I forgot that guy's name. That Hispanic guy had that belt.
Yeah, Rosario.
Charlo. No. What you call it? What's the name beat to become Brian Castano beat that guy, took his belt, and then
was it Teixeira?
Teixeira, yeah. He had
the
that belt, I think, at the time.
Yeah, it's the WBO. He had the WBO.
So at least would have been 3 belts on the line if they would have fought at that time.
Listen, Charlo messed everything up. He should have just fought freaking Tszyu, and then we would have had an undisputed champion already.
He dug Tszyu, bro. I believe he dug Tszyu.
He actually, it's his fault that all the belts are splintered.
He wanted to jump up there and fight Canelo, knowing you was gonna get your ass. He knew he was gonna get his ass whooped.
He messed it up.
Yeah, he cashed out. He went for the bag and lost his belts. Like, bro, you did all of that. Yeah, you got your Canelo payday, but you got to come back to the division you left with no straps. Like, you got to start from the bottom, homie.
Right,
crazy, man.
Let's do
Actually,
this.
I don't want to see them again. I'm kind of over the Charlos. I'm happy that they're.
I just want to say real fast, with Charles D being here and Prodigal being here and me being here, Berlanga is no reflection of New York. We do not claim him.
We don't claim him.
When he gets his ass whooped, it is no reflection of the state. Like none of us believe in him. None of us believe in him.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't get
That's
the
foul, bro.
He does not get the Puerto Rican support. I'm sorry.
That's foul, bro. You gotta take your L's. He said that is not on the state. It's on you.
His own dad, Berlanga's dad, right now making a bet against him. Like his own dad don't believe in him.
Hey, I mean, maybe he really believe in himself, but I don't see it. Boy, I do. I see a badass whooping coming to that man.
Saying. The only way he's gonna win is if Canelo, I don't know, gets
if Canelo looks super old overnight or something. His knee give out.
All those 60 plus fights will have to catch up to him all in that moment.
And it could happen, but I do not want it to happen. I do not want Berlanga to be.
I mean, that'd be an upset of like the decade or a century, probably.
Yeah, bro. Even though I don't even like Canelo, but I don't even not Berlanga winning this. Nah.
I don't even think if Canelo got Luis Ortiz old overnight, he would lose to Berlanga. Like, I really believe he could come out on a dialysis machine and still beat him.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Like, Canelo could come to the ring with the walker and the tennis balls on the front and still beat Berlanga. Like, I don't did this.
Berlanga's ass. I don't, like I say, Canelo's not losing, bro. He's not. You know, hey, but best of luck to Berlanga. I hope he don't get hurt. Seriously, because I mean, the Kirkland fight is what keep popping up in my head when I think about this matchup. Like he gonna do him like that, you know, and he don't have the common sense to be like, okay, damn, I'm getting hit with too many shots and back up, duck, defense. He just gonna hear the cheering and stuff, and he'll get cooked. So, it is what it is.
He would be ill-advised if he tries to go toe-to-toe with Canelo.
I think he gonna do it. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if he had the Puerto Rican heart, he would, but he doesn't.
Man, he let Terror Squad and Fat Joe put a battery in his back, and now he is gonna go in there thinking he's I don't know, Hulk or something. And he gonna get just, knocked out, man.
It's gonna be bad.
I just hope that the money is worth it. I hope the money is worth it. I have no idea what he's getting paid, but I hope that it's a good amount of money so that he can live great after this.
He's gonna cash out early, which is like crazy. But hey.
The thing about Berlanga is, even if he gets in there like Charlo did and realizes I can't hurt this dude, I can't take his shots, I can't beat this dude, he's not even good enough to go on the back foot to survive. Like, he has no means of surviving this fight.
Man, bro. Hey, I mean, we'll see.
I think he's gonna take a body shot and go down. I think that's what's gonna happen.
He gonna do what Inoe's opponent did. He gonna get hit in the stomach and grab his backbone and go down.
That's what I'm saying.
But let's think about this. How many years has it been since Canelo got a stoppage?
Never. Oh, so what? Since Canelo got a stop. I thought you said since Canelo's been stopped.
No, I'm talking about since he last stopped somebody.
2 years? It was Caleb Plant. So like 2-3 years ago.
I thought, didn't he stop whatchamacallit too?
Look it up. I think Plant was his last one.
I think Plant was the last one.
I thought he stopped out the other what's his face?
Nope.
No.
He knocked him down a couple times.
Smith went the distance. What you call it? Triple G went the distance.
Yeah, Caleb Plant.
Charlo went the distance.
Munguia went the distance.
Munguia went the distance. So it's been a minute. So he will break that streak if you knock out Berlanga. That little 3-year,
But you got to keep in mind though, like while he's only had a stoppage since Caleb Plant, everybody outside of Triple G he's fought, he's dropped. Every single one of them he's dropped.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah. So we know he lost to Beeble, but then he fought Triple G won. Then John Ryder he dropped.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I thought he stopped John Ryder. I thought he did.
No, Ryder went the distance.
Okay. Yeah, because he just
went the distance, but he dropped him. He dropped Munguia. And who am I missing? I think he had another fight.
Missing. You said he did drop Charlo. So
yeah, Charlo. I forgot Charlo. I don't know how I forgot Charlo. He dropped Charlo as well. So every dude he's fought, he's dropped outside of Beevil and Triple G.
Only one he didn't. No, I think that was before the Plant fight. I was thinking of Caleb. Was it Caleb Smith?
No, he just kept punching him in his freaking bicep to make him grow on.
Yeah, he fucked his bicep up. Yeah, that was before the Plant fight, right?
Yeah, it was before.
He
stopped Billy Joe Saunders by shattering his face, and then he stopped
his last belt for
Undisputed, right. So the Undisputed matchup was his last stoppage win. So we'll see if Berlanga just go toe to toe, like you said.
I swear, this is probably going to be like, I'll give him 6 rounds.
I mean, I think that this fight, he's supposed to knock him out, man. I think that the skill level is very wide. Like it's not even close.
Berlanga's green still. He's still a prospect. He's not even a
I, wa-
contender. He's a prospect.
I wanted to ask y'all too, man, because we've been seeing a lot of these young, overhyped talent, get their ass kicked, and they young. A lot of them are young. So we seen like Jared Anderson. We know Berlanga. We already know what's gonna happen in the Canelo fight. Canelo's gonna beat his ass. But when these guys get really beat up early, at a young age, Chris Colbert's guys like that, it's like, uh, is it good for them to take L's early, or should it be, what is it? Is it better to take the L late? Like, is just a trip? Like, are these guys gonna bounce back from this? Or is it just too devastating? Because a lot of people say Jared Anderson, like, he's not gonna come back. So they think
Well,
like this is it.
He,
the thing about Anderson is, and I think I even way back said it on your channel, I never trusted his chin. I said it several times that I thought he was a knockout waiting to happen because I've
Yeah.
seen him rocked and hurt by lesser punchers. But here's the reason why you keep seeing the young talent get stopped and get exposed. The same thing that you see going on right now at 147. Boots and Norman Jr. You have two young dudes
Mhm.
who should be the next talent up, but the next talent ups never fight each other. They never fight each other. So normally you have these older fighters who were tested, who have been battle tested. They made it to the championship level. Then these younger dudes who are hype jobs who fought nobodies, they get in there
Mhm.
and they get mollywhopped because they don't do it like they used to. You used to have to go through the gauntlet to be undefeated. That's why, like, back whenever Sugar Ray Leonard was fighting, Hagler, Hearns, none of them dudes was really undefeated. Like, all of them had losses because they went through that gauntlet. They went through the meat grinder, and you'd only maybe have one or two that can remain undefeated. Now you have several undefeated fighters with 20 plus fights.
Right.
it's true because
See?
Hearns went up against Hagler relatively early in his career too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it. Like,
But
these
see, they also are not built the
like
same,
But
man.
but let me say this. You think like what they doing over there with like Matchroom, Queensberry, they doing it the right way? Like they kind of actually throwing them in there like quite early.
I think Turkey is doing it the right way, and he is forcing them by big paydays to step up and fight.
Yeah.
Prior to that, truth be told, I think Queensberry was the only one testing their young guys. That's why whenever Frank Warren went against Eddie, every single one of Frank Warren's fighters
Yeah,
won.
he cooked 80 fighters. That
Um,
shit's crazy. Yeah.
Because
Hearn,
Eddie, for the most part, he'll do a dumbass decision. Don't get me wrong. He'll make a stupid ass fight for his fighter. But for the most part, they're very protected. Just like PVC fighters are very protected. Top
Yeah.
rank,
I
normally,
can't throw Matchroom in that category of protected fighters, bro. I be seeing them, they getting to it, bro.
I
From
don't
what I see.
I don't agree. I think they fight on their Euro level and they don't really step out and they don't really. I feel like Eddie builds his people, and that's why you saw when he went against Queensberry, every single fucking fighter lost. Even the ones that were supposed to win lost.
Yeah, they got cooked, man. That man, they getting out one W, all else.
And let Triple D beat fucking AJ. Oh, Eddie's gonna go into suicide watch.
Oh my God.
be the end of Matchroom, like because he only has 2 more golden eggs. It's him and Sir Excellency, aka Connor Ben.
Yeah, I think Eddie really wants to.
Not bad.
Eddie's trying to sacrifice Boots or Ben. He's trying to make them
He's
fight
gonna
each
have
other,
to.
and then whoever wins, he's gonna try to hype up.
Oh, is he? He trying to line that one up?
Yeah, at 154.
Oh, hell nah. Well then shit. That's the case. Go up there and challenge Crawford. Stop talking about because he said he wanted to become undisputed at
Well,
47.
Crawford's
So
not gonna fight him.
huh?
Crawford's not gonna fight him. Crawford already said he's not gonna fight him.
The only fight he wants is the Canelo fight.
Yeah, I do not like that, man. And I flamed Crawford on my last
But Canelo
flame
said
series.
the only fight he's interested in now is a rematch in if the winner of Beterbiev or Bivol. He wants to fight Bivol again.
Man, please. He capping.
Let me tell you something. As long as Beterbiev is not old, because he's had a lot of injuries, but as long as he is 95% of the fighter he was, Bivol getting knocked the fuck out, and Canelo ain't going nowhere near him.
Prodigal, I don't agree with him. I got Bivol winning that, bro. Decision.
See, I go back and forth. I liked it. So I was really impressed with Beterbiev in his last fight. What he did to Callum Smith.
See, I agree with you,
Yeah,
Virtuoso. They throw him
I
in there.
really was impressed. However, it's just tough because I feel like they both have great boxing brains, but I feel like Bivol just being younger and being just overall fresher in that regard has enough ring savvy to just weather the storm. He's going to have to be, the problem is he's going to have to be 100% in every round. He can't take a round off.
Correct.
That's
But-
going to be the biggest trouble for him.
Yeah, definitely. And then too, when I look at this, how this fight got made, no injuries for Bivol, and he's been more active. Like he stayed active. He didn't actually just sit on the shelf, and waited for Beterbiev to come around and get healed. He actually took a fight. He stayed active, so he's got that momentum, I think, working in his favor. Whereas Beterbiev might have to shake a little rust off in the first couple of rounds, whereas Bivol coming in there just throwing hands, ready.
He got his confidence.
I'm worried about Father Time. Like this is now like the third or fourth injury he's had.
That's what I'm saying, and it's severe. It was a severe injury. So that's what I'm saying. All these injuries are all things that kind of limit his movement, and that's what he needs if he's going to have any shot.
The thing is like I said, I believe a 95% Beterbiev knocks out Bivol. I don't think Bivol can beat him. I've never thought Bivol could beat him. I've always believed that Bivol was hiding from him, running from him. We could have had this fight 2 years ago, and Bivol pulled out of the negotiations. Bivol was always pressed about the fight, never showed interest. Beterbiev was pressed about the fight, said he wanted undisputed. In fact, every time he won a fight and they questioned him about fighting another fight, he'd be like, no, I want undisputed. Beterbiev's collected 3 out of the 4.
And then as soon as the fight got made, Beterbiev wanted to cycle off, so he wanted to fake an injury and shit, man. So it is what it is. It is what it is, man. I'm glad this fight is finally about to happen because he loves cycling.
I don't believe that.
You don't think that, huh? Okay, it's a hell of a pattern in these big fights that he be in.
I mean,
what up, though?
He's got medical documents. He's got medical documents to prove the injuries, though. This isn't like
shit. He got it months after.
Again,
3 months to produce this paperwork, but shout out to him.
I still think he's gonna get his ass
longer
than 3 months. Longer than 3 months.
Black. It don't take that long to cycle off. You could cycle off literally within less than 30 days.
It depends on what you're taking. You know that.
No, even if you're taking the hardest of hardest, it takes no more than 30 days.
Yeah, that shit that Joe Miller was on, I looked that shit up, man. That shit takes some weeks.
Gerald Miller was taking that shit all the way through. He never came off the shit.
Yeah,
that nigga was taking some shit that would make his fucking heart burst. That G-Dub.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That stuff he took was burning the rats up in the laboratory.
That nigga was ready to die for AJ.
I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the fight card between Queensberry and I'm just seeing Virtuoso in the chat. You're more than welcome on the panel too, Virtuoso. But I disagree. I don't think I'm taking it out of context at all. Shiraz.
Hold
on, Charles. Let me respond to Virtuoso. Shiraz, ever since he went pro, he's been thrown to the meat grinder. Every fight has been harder than the last fight. Ammo Williams, He's had a couple of good fights here and there, but he's never really been thrown to the grinder. Hutchinson, same thing. Ever since Hutchinson went pro, he's been thrown to the grinder. Now, Richards, he's been in some high-level fights, but he's also had a lot of like no competition fights in between. When you look at Nick Ball and Raymond Ford, Nick Ball by far has a harder resume than fucking Raymond Ford did, and it showed. If you look at Triple D versus Hrgovic, there's no question that Triple D has been in with way harder competition than Hrgovic. If you look at Zilly Zhang versus Wilder, Zilly Zhang for the last 3 years has fought nothing but top 10 fighters.
And he's with who?
Huh?
And he's with who?
Oh, well, Wilder's with PBC, but he fought for Matchroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's with Queensberry, Zhang?
No. Zhang's with Queensberry, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. You good.
And then the main event with Bevo it wasn't either, like Queensberry wasn't even involved in that, so it doesn't matter. But if you look at all the fights, their fighters had way harder competition leading up to those fights.
Yeah.
And it showed. It was a mollywop.
Yeah. I mean,
Nick
Queensberry
Ball,
just had better fighters.
in my opinion, is the number one guy. He got robbed.
They all got better fighters than PBC. PBC is the one that you see missing out of the fucking equation when it comes down to trying to match up. Hey, let's put our promotional company against the promotional company. Match us with it.
They did it with Fulton and Inouye, and it did not turn out good for them.
Yeah, but you see what they did to Fulton. You could tell that was a Fulton decision. That wasn't a motherfucking PBC decision. That was a Fulton decision, and you saw they put that nigga right on the shelf. That nigga back, that nigga on the chitlin circuit right now trying to get back.
All the PBC fighters are on the shelf.
So hold on, didn't he have was he on the undercard of the prelims, right? They threw him on the prelims.
He was on a prelim card, and the nigga came in carrying motherfucking Boots fucking belt.
Yeah, I saw that. But did he win his fight though?
I don't know if he won it. I didn't even watch that shit. As soon as they said this thing was on the shit, I was like, yo, they threw the homie on the chitlin circuit. Like, god damn, this nigga tried to unify and do, he do what fighters do for not ducking fucking Inouye, and they penalize him for it.
Did you hear? Fulton has not fought since Inouye. He fights in 4 days.
Oh, he ain't fought yet, so he's on this card coming up.
He's
Canelo. Canelo
so he's on the pre. So this nigga's on the prelims. They got him on the prelims though. Yeah, he's not even on the main card. They got the homie on the chitlin.
Yeah, so it is what it is, man. Shout out to him, man.
And that's fucked up because he went out there trying to do some shit, going against the green. PBC won't fucking
That's
hold
what
him
happened when you
against
disobey Al Heyman.
Being disobedient. That niggas can't even call Al now. That's nigga phone number disconnected. You don't hear that call Al shit no more.
Nobody even say that no more, dog. That's
hell no. Al this fuck y'all niggas. Don't call me. Call Bezos.
Call Floyd. Man, Ellerby, Smellerby.
Yeah, call somebody other than me. That nigga phone number. That nigga bat line is disconnected.
I mean, he fought scared the whole fight against Inouye. He didn't even try. He just was scared. He got hit one time.
He was good until he got He was good until he got hit.
Yo,
until that shit got real.
Y'all can argue with me right now. In my opinion, Inouye is a better fighter than Canelo and Crawford, hands down.
I mean, the top three you can shuffle any way you want to. I mean, I ain't gonna debate nobody on that top three.
I'm talking about prime for prime.
Nah, I can't say that.
I don't agree with you, but I'm just not.
I can't say that because I can't put that. I can't say that because
so
but hold on, you was talking about competition and stuff, Tony. You got to factor that in too, bro.
Yeah,
exactly. He's in the lower weight classes now. I see they talk about him fighting fucking Nakatani. Now that shit pops off.
If you do that, that'll be something different.
You talking about Junto Nakatani?
Yeah. So I just feel
So
like
if that
I'm
if
not.
that
I'm
fight
not.
happened and he pulled that off, shit.
Then we can revisit that conversation. Like, okay, then
I
we
don't think
really.
we have to revisit it though. I think we can conclude it right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. You
Hey,
gotta understand. Anoa'i, 4 division champion, just like Crawford now, right? However, Anoa'i in his 4th division became a double undisputed. Crawford became a double undisputed in his 3rd division. Okay, so now Anoa'i is outsized in his 4th weight class. He's dominated. In my opinion, Fulton was the measuring stick, but outside of Fulton, whether it be Neary, etc., his last fight, he's dominated everybody in his 4th weight class. I'm telling you right now, Crawford will not survive 154. He is going to get his ass whooped. He is too small.
That's not the argument.
Hold on. Let me finish, Black. Hold on. In my opinion, he's going to get his ass whooped. I saw him fight a guy with 11 fights, and he looked average at best, and I don't even think he won the fight. I had it a draw. I think it was a blatant draw. Hold on. Who hit the private chat? All right. I'll get you next time. I think it was a draw against a guy with 11 fights who was the weakest champion at the weight class.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that weakest champ, but
11 fights.
So we're gonna go with
that doesn't make somebody the weakest champ with 11 fights.
No,
you
because
can say
Lomachenko came into the fucking division.
Baby.
Wait, hold on. Let me
Lomachenko came into it, and Lomachenko stepped up and beat the #1 guy.
But Lomachenko and Majimov was basically doing the same thing. Hella amateur career and
Majimov never beat the #1 guy in any weight.
So no, I'm just saying as far as experience.
I think Fedor fucks him up.
Fedor beats Majimov? Okay.
I think he fucks him up. I don't think Majimov has enough
power.
Agree.
I don't agree. Fedor's IQ is trash.
I'm telling you.
But okay.
I have already seen it.
And Fedor gives up his height and all that other shit. That shit is terrible.
Crawford cannot fight Canelo. He'll get obliterated. He cannot fight him. Second off, that power that he had at 147 does not exist at 154. He did not
make fights, man.
He did not have
but
he did not have the same pop. He didn't even hurdle.
Wait, whoa. Tony. He didn't have pop. Did you see Majimov's face after the fight? What you mean he don't got pop?
Majimov is white. You fucking slap a white person, they turn pink.
Son, he's not even white. He's Middle Eastern. That nigga had a ham with a pineapple around his eye after that shit.
Majimov is not Middle Eastern. He's some type of Russian. He's from one of them broken up
Uzbekistan type. Yeah, Uzbekistan type.
Yeah, and they don't bust up easy because look at Khabib and look at fucking Islam and all them dudes. They don't bust up easy. He's got respect. He's got respectable power at 154. I mean, his face told the story.
I'm telling you right now, Charles. Mark my words. If Crawford gets in there with Fedor, Tim Tszyu, he is going to get mollywopped.
No, Tony. Those first off, those are bad matchups for them, not for Crawford. Those are bad matchups for them.
Mark my words.
So
first off, okay. Let me tell you this about Tim Tszyu. I mean, well, first off, I can start with Tszyu and I can start with Fedor. Fedor, bad matchup. Gives up his height. Bad. Lubin dropped him. And Lubin was fucking terrible in that fucking fight. You think Bud's gonna make the same mistakes Lubin made in that fight?
So let me ask you this. Did Fedor give up his height against Tim Tszyu, or did he fight from range?
No, he gave up his fucking height in both the fights.
What? He fought Tim Tszyu damn near the whole fight from range.
No, the second half of the fight is when I sat there and watched that fight, Black, and I said the same thing because I said Fedor can make it. I said the same thing. I said Fundora can make this an easy night. That motherfucker
he
kept
can make
giving
any
up
fight
his,
easy if you fucking
and
fought the
I
right
kept
way.
saying it. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is giving up his fucking height. He kept
All right.
falling in, throwing in
My
them
only question
goddamn
to
uppercuts.
Tony, like his opinion can be,
So here we go.
Fundora.
Hold on. We just want to stick to the facts. So Tim Fundora, who's not
Yeah,
known
I'm sticking to that.
hold on, Black. Let me just address what he said. Fundora, who's not known for throwing jabs at all. He's known for fighting in the fucking pocket with power punches, hooks and straights is what he mainly throws. Fundora in the first round threw 22 jabs against Tim Tszyu, something he normally doesn't do. In the second round, he threw 34 jabs, something that he doesn't do. In the third round, he threw 36 jabs. In the fourth round, 53 jabs. He fought from range damn near the whole fight.
But when you're watching it in real time, it doesn't look like that. He doesn't fight long. He doesn't fight tall. He likes throwing uppercuts. He likes fighting the inside. You're not listening to me.
I am
He
listening.
likes to. Okay, and then with him fighting Crawford, you think he's gonna do that? Somebody who's gonna take away. Crawford took away Spence's jab. You think he's not gonna do that against fucking this dude? He doesn't have a solid jab, and it's not even a piston jab. It's a touch jab. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even. It's just a throwaway punch.
Look,
And you don't think this nigga going uppercuts coming right behind it because that's his second favorite punch after that.
I'm telling you right now, there is a reason why Crawford went on record and said, I'm not fighting anybody else unless it's Canelo. Because Crawford, the rubber has meet the road. You find out how great fighters are as they move up in weight, as they lose the size advantage, as they get closer to their natural size, and the guys they're fighting get bigger than them. You find out how good they really are. Very few people can do what Mayweather did, go 5 weight classes and be dominant. Very few people can do what Manny did, go up 8 weight classes. Very few can do it. And Crawford, for him, just like Lomachenko, the rubber met the road at 3 weight classes. That's when the matrix ended. That's when the size started to outweigh the skill. I'm telling you, I see it as plain as looking out at the sun during the daylight. The rubber has met the road for him. His specialness is not going to survive 154. And I guarantee you, if he runs the gauntlet against the other champions, he's going to lose. I guarantee you he's going to lose.
The only other champion would be Fundora because he's got the WBO and the
WBO.
Tszyu don't got a belt.
Tim Tszyu's fighting for the belt October 20th.
He's fighting for the IBF.
Yeah, so, October 20th.
He got to win it first.
He's gonna win it.
Yeah, he ain't fighting nobody. But you talking about Tszyu going after the IBF, and then you talking about Sebastian Fundora will beat him. But why are these guys not lining themselves up to get that work? Tony's reviews, because if they're as confident as you,
Fundora, unfortunately,
is about to get stripped from WBO.
He got railroaded into an Earl Spence fight that's never gonna probably happen.
Then that's not being railroaded. That's PBC being on PBC.
Hold on, Charles. So break that down. What the hell does that mean, Tony? Railroaded.
Let me finish. He got railroaded into an Earl Spence fight that's never going to happen. Then it got ordered for him to fight Terrence Crawford. He accepted it. Terrence Crawford came out and said, I'm not fighting anybody unless it's Canelo.
No. We're talking about what the sanctioning bodies ordered. They ordered Fundora to face Crawford, didn't they?
Yeah, they ordered the fight, and Fundora accepted.
I didn't hear nothing about it. I didn't hear nothing about Fundora. I didn't hear anything about Fundora accepted. I hear everything, but this nigga's he's waiting for Spence to fight in Texas.
I'm gonna pause and repeat what I just said. Fundora accepted it. Crawford came out with a statement and said, I'm not fighting anybody else unless it's Canelo.
Let me get it
I'm telling you,
because I'm about to grab this real quick.
Crawford fought a green guy with only 11 fights. He fought a very green guy on the professional level, and it really
We
showed.
off the Majimov shit because that was a champion.
And Fundora has how many fights? 15?
We're not doing that. That was a champion.
He was a champion with 0 title defenses, and had only been championship rounds 1 time. It showed.
Listen,
Fundora. Oh, wait, hold on, Tony. And Fundora has how many championship rounds before fighting Tim Tszyu? None. So let me hold on. I'm about to dig this up because I see this nigga's about to get stripped for. He's about to get stripped for his WBO. Give me a second.
5, 6, 7. He's been in 7. Fundora has been in 7 12-round fights.
I'm gonna just say this.
No, no. I didn't say 12-round fights. I said championship fights. You said who had titles. Fundora never had a title. Hold on 1 second, because Fundora never had a title, and exactly, and he's about to get stripped, and I'm about to dive into that.
He fought Lubin for a title, the interim WBC title.
No, we're not doing interim.
That's interim, bro. We're not doing interim.
It was a legitimate title because Charlo was made champion in recess. He had left the division.
No, he wasn't. He was not. The WBC was not on the line until the Tszyu fight for him. The actual official belt that Charlo lost, that title was on the line for the Tszyu fight. Mauricio Special.
Why was on the line for the Tszyu fight?
Hold on.
Because Fundora lost to Mendoza. Mendoza became the intern. Then Mendoza lost to Tim Tszyu. Then Tim Tszyu and Fundora fought for that vacated WBC title. But Tim Tszyu, when he fought Mendoza was an interim WBC titleist. That's why the title was on the line when the two fought. Tim Tszyu had the WBO, and he also had the interim WBC. When Fundora and him fought, the WBC real belt, no longer interim, was on the line.
So what you trying to say? He fought twice then? For he was in 2 championship fights? Is that what you're trying to
say? Okay.
Fundora?
Understand that
Fundora only had one title fight. That was the interim joint with Tszyu. But all this shit is stemming around Charlo champion recess bullshit. That's where all this interim shit is coming from.
I understand.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the interim champion is the acting real champion while the champion's in recess.
I don't recognize that shit. I don't do all that.
That's how it's always been from the beginning.
No. I feel what you're saying, but
even
the whole point of what y'all was trying to make was that Fundora.
Even if you remove that, Charles, the point is Fundora has been in 7 championship round fights, meaning he's fought 7 12-round fights to Israel, who had only been in 1 12-round fight, versus Terrence, who's been in who knows how many 12-round fights, and it reflected in the fight. Come the 9th round, Israel looked tired because he was not used to going championship rounds. In fact, that's when Crawford made his comeback after Israel got tired late in the fight. Had Israel had 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 fights, with most of those being 12-round fights, he would have never got tired. He was green on the professional level.
So what's your point? That you agree with this shit that Ryan's saying out here now?
I don't know what Ryan's saying.
Brian, your boy Ryan is saying that Crawford is he's a bum, he's overrated, he's fought nobody.
Man, is that nigga drinking again?
You understand? Like,
I never said he was a bum. I never said that he was overrated. What I'm saying is every fighter, if I'm gonna compare Inouye to Crawford, okay, I'm gonna look at how many weight classes they've gone up. What have they done as they've gone up in weight? And in my opinion, Inouye in his 4th weight class has completely dominated everything. Crawford in his 4th weight class
Just got there.
Well, you can't. You can't. Wait. Hold on, Tony. Because this nigga started off lighter. So how are you gonna say he's at this fourth weight
I'm
class?
just
You
telling
don't
the
know where
fact.
you
He
don't
just
know
got
you
there.
don't
He
know
fought
you
one
don't know
time.
where the hell Onui is gonna end up at the end of his career. He can end up at fucking 140.
He could end up at 140, and if he goes all the way undefeated up to 140, that is even more argument that he was a better fighter. But what I'm trying to say,
yeah, but you can't put.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me address what Black said. What Black said was this was his first fight there. I agree with you. It was his first fight at 154. But in my opinion, he didn't win the fight. It was a draw. He shouldn't have become champion. It should have ended in a draw, and Israel should have walked away with his belt.
Okay, so you going off.
Hold on. Let me finish. I'm going to land right here. Number two, Anui's first fight at 122, he fought the number one guy who had beat like 6 undefeated fighters in a row in Fulton and completely washed them.
Yeah, but the nigga went from
real quick. Let me say
118
something real quick,
to
Charles.
122.
Let me say something real quick.
Jump.
So, because he did something better in his fourth weight class that was better than Crawford, that gives him the nod over Crawford over the duration of what he's done over his career. Because if we're judging off what Crawford did in his career versus Inoue, and we're comparing pound for pound style and who they beat, quality competition, I don't have Inoue ahead in the sense because I don't see the real quality competition. I don't see that type of that opponent that is going to bring out the best in a way. I don't think we've seen that best of him because he could be number one, but we have not seen that dance partner that to really display, okay, is he really that like that? Or is it these just guys that he's just facing that is just not really on his level? So when we hear a guy like Nakatani or something, we know he one of the ones. It's just like, oh, okay. If you walk through him like that, then we can understand, like, okay, it's a different conversation. But we're talking about Crawford, who did it first. He became undisputed first in the 4-belt era before these guys. We're talking about Usyk or Inoue. He became 2-time undisputed first, okay? Right. And a lot of these guys is following his lead because he set the tone before all of them. And like I say, quality wins. You know, y'all keep putting this whole spectacle on this Stephen Fulton guy. I don't see it. I never could put him up there like, oh, damn, he's do this. He that next one. He the pound for pound. I never said that about Stephen Fulton. You know what I'm saying? But when we're talking about his best win versus Crawford's best win, no, it's not even close. No. We're not doing that.
Are you kidding me? Inouye has a better win on his resume than anybody Crawford's fought.
Go ahead.
Don't air. There's nobody.
You know what, bro? Tony's reviews.
Hold on, Black. There is nobody on Crawford's resume that is stronger than Nonito Donaire. Who is Crawford beat better than Donaire?
Oh my!
Can we talk about? Can we talk about who ducked Crawford?
That's hold on. No.
Better than Donaire?
Don't even switch off that what he just said. He said, who has Crawford fought that is stronger than Donaire? Break that down. You mean like a stronger name? Is that what you're talking about?
Nonito Donaire is a better fighter than anybody Crawford has fought.
Wow.
Nonito Donaire is going to go down as one of the greatest smaller weight class fighters there's been. Like, what are we talking about right now? Sean Porter, that's no fucking competition to Nonito. Earl Spence Jr., that's no competition to Nonito. What are you talking about? Virtuoso, you're a historian. Who is Crawford beat better than Nonito Donaire?
You know what? There really
factor in and then factor in the weight class.
That's his biggest name on his resume, to be honest with you.
Who's the biggest name?
Spence.
But he's not the only name.
It's not the only name, right?
So hold on, real quick.
Listen, I'm not one of those.
Let's look at this. So y'all talking about Donaire, right? Who else?
But you know, Donaire, listen, man, Donaire has some great wins, man. He's an all-time great fighter. I would say so. But he's not the only great fighter that he's beaten. You know, Inoue has fought like what? The man Rodriguez was good.
He beat Tapales.
So you telling me Donaire got more quality wins on his resume than Crawford? Is that what y'all telling me?
The Tapales who had 2 losses. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Come on, bro. I just want to ask y'all this direct question. So Donaire got more quality wins on his resume than Crawford do. Is that what y'all telling me?
No, go ahead.
He got more Olympians.
Hold on, Black. Hold on, Black. Because I'm gonna let them shoot themselves in the foot. Tapales 2 losses. Go ahead.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Cricket.
We're not doing that, fam.
Google ain't working fast enough for y'all. I'm on a different type of time, nigga.
Damn way, in a way, got better.
I'm on a different type of time. Y'all Google don't work as fast as me, dude.
Nah,
y'all lost me at that one.
This is off the top of the head. It's not. Exactly. I don't see it, bro. Because I don't see the names. I don't see the quality. And I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. He in the top 3.
We build different.
He in the top 3, but he's not number 1.
It's like probably you didn't see his lower weight.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, Google done kicked in.
I admit I was pretty much a casual myself when I first saw Nui back in 2017.
Yeah, you still a casual now because
Yamaguchi
because Bud's run at 140.
By the way,
shit's all over Inui's shit right now at 140.
But are you
look at who he fought at 140 and then look at the niggas who was ducking him and moved out the division to not fight.
Yeah, I know that. Listen, I know all about that.
Here's another stat I want to add, y'all. But go ahead.
Again, I'm not one of those that has to pick somebody else's resume over the other.
Hey, I'm just
trying to give y'all stats that y'all can really.
Charles, first off and foremost, you don't get credit for a win if you never fought them. You could claim that people ducked them and left the division, but you don't get credit for beating somebody that you never fought. That's first and foremost. You don't get credit for that. I don't care how you want to remix it, chop and screw it. You cannot give credit for somebody beating somebody that never beat.
I like that, chop and screw. But I'll tell you one thing.
This is how I determine how great a fighter is, by when they go up in weight, how good they do. Because these guys start off way smaller than they walk around. And as they go up in weight, as they get older, they just get closer and closer to their natural weight. That's all they're doing. They're not actually getting bigger. They're just fighting closer and closer to their natural weight. As they move up closer and closer to their natural weight, they're fighting guys who are bigger than them. Because as you go up, these guys' natural weights are higher than this guy moving closer to his natural weight. Again, I have seen Inoue in his 4th weight class completely dominate the weight class. I am looking at Crawford in his 4th weight class, and he arguably did not win the fight. He struggled against a guy with 11 fights. Canelo is in his 6th weight class. He went up 6 to become a 175 champion. So again,
I thought he only won 4, bro. I don't know about that 6.
He started at 140.
No, but how many? You said he won, right? We talking about champs.
He won a belt. He won a belt in his 6th weight class.
Okay, but he's been a champion for
175. That was his 6th weight class he fought at to become a 175-pound champion. That's 6 out from where he started.
Gotcha. So you got Canelo ahead of Crawford on your pound for pound too?
After
seeing Crawford started at 40. What was
no? Let him answer.
145. Oh, my bad.
After seeing Crawford at 154, I would have to say that I believe Canelo is the better fighter.
But I'm just saying, pound for pound, you got him ahead of Crawford, right?
Yeah, I got Inoue number 1, Canelo number 2, and I've always had Crawford my number 1 pound for pound. When people were saying Lomachenko was number 1, I said that's bullshit. Crawford's number 1. I've always had Crawford above Canelo. I've had Crawford. Crawford went to 147, completely annihilated, stopped everybody there. Even Earl Spence Jr., who was the alleged number 1 champ guy there, beat everybody. Had him always number 1. But this shit is not static. It's fluid. It ever changes per fight. If a guy loses, he drops. If a guy wins, he goes up. If a guy looks unimpressive in a win and another guy looks way more impressive in a win, he can move up above the guy who doesn't look impressive. Pound for pound never stays stagnant.
Gotcha.
Judging off of what these dudes have done in similar weight classes, to me, he's not as good as them. Now, if Crawford comes out in his next fight at 154, fights a Fundora or fights a Tim Tszyu and completely annihilates them, then I will say I made a mistake. He adjusted to the weight class. He looks better. But at this point in time, if you were to ask me, judging off what I have seen and comparing these guys in their fourth weight classes to each other, by far, he's not as good.
By far, huh?
By far. And you can say Crawford did it all first, and that's fine. But Inouye's done it way faster.
Got you. Hey, for the record, man, I got Usyk in my number one spot because when I talked about the quality, you know, Usyk got more quality than both of them guys, Crawford and Usyk. Crawford and Inoue. I got Inoue at my third spot. When we talk about pound for pound, he's playing catch up to them guys, Crawford and Usyk, and it's just real. You know what I'm saying? It's just real. It's just the realness. And when it pertains to Usyk, Usyk is what he won the Super Series. You know, this guy's at cruiserweight. He dominated cruiserweight, and you know he got the best win. That Fury win trumps everything that Crawford and Inoue has done. You know what I mean? So I look at the quality. You look at who Fury beat before that. You know, and then you look at who Spence beat before Crawford beat him. And not to mention what he already did before he got to Spence. So I look at a lot of different things. I don't just look at one guy who, yeah, he hot, he coming up the ranks, and he might be greater than Crawford down the line. But present day, like if you're talking about from the start of their careers up to this point, no, he ain't done better than Crawford. He ain't got more quality. He ain't been relevant the longest. He ain't been at the top, considered the top guy longer. We talking about longevity. You know what I mean? We talking about a guy who been dominating. Has he ever gone through a whole weight class and knock everybody the fuck out? You know, guys who, you know, was considered way bigger than him, you know? So it's just like, I've seen this guy do it before him. So he's a good fighter. You know, you can't even make it to my top three without being good, but he ain't done better. His body work doesn't surpass Crawford and Usyk, in my humble opinion. And that don't mean I'm shitting on him. I'm just looking at overall body of work. I got Usyk 1, Crawford 2, Inoue 3, but them dudes is getting at it. You know, we see Crawford slowing down now. Usyk, you know, got the rematch going, and then Inoue not slowing down, so he might surpass all of them guys. But we gotta be realistic, man. Like, we can't just dismiss what they did to get to this point.
So let me tell you this right now. Inoue has almost more title defenses than Crawford has title fights. Inoue has 18 defenses. Crawford has 19 total title fights. Inoue has 23 total title fights to Crawford's 19. So he's almost defended his belts more times than Crawford's been in a title fight at a much faster pace.
But Tony, how many niggas ducked Bud from 40 to 47, dog? Do you realize? There's a good 10 to 12 fights that were solid fights at 47 that niggas did not want no problem.
Okay. Let
Danny.
do statistics. Charles, it does not matter who ducked him. If Crawford,
yes, it does, because then that reflects on your record.
If he has a belt and he fights, which he did, then it is a title fight. Even if he fights a bum, he's still in a title fight. Okay, he's only had a total of 19 title fights. Inouye's had a total of 23 title fights. Inoue has defended his belt 18 times. Crawford has defended his belts 15 times. If you look
how old is Inoue?
If you look at knockouts in title fights, Inoue has 21 knockouts in title fights.
How old is Inoue?
31.
31. This nigga's 37. And this nigga gets the fights he wants in them lower weight classes. There's a disparity.
That's a fact, bro. He do get the fights he wants.
Do you
There's a disparity.
Do you realize,
Tony? There's a Tony. There's a disparity.
I don't understand what you're not understanding.
Let me touch on this for a second. You make an interesting case for Crawford not getting the fights he wants, because the politics of sport can really be a detriment to your record. People who duck you can fuck up your whole plans of building up a Hall of Fame resume. That's just how things are today. That's America in a nutshell. Just look at Anderson's situation right now. Motherfucker can't get a unification fight because all these other champions, these email belts holders, they'd rather be, sitting on a belt.
Too much sucker shit.
I understand that, Virtuoso, but what I am stating is, regardless of that, when you are a champion and you fight somebody in a defense, it's a title defense and it's a title fight. If you fight for a belt and you win that belt, it's a title fight. If you move up to another weight class, then you're no longer in a title fight. But as long as you have a belt, every fight from then on, when you fight for the belt, and every fight after that is considered a title fight. The older you are, the more achievements you should have. When a guy is 6 years younger than you and has got more achievements than you, then what are we talking about? The older you are, the more you should achieve. If somebody comes behind you and outdoes you, it's like, for Black, I don't know how he feels about Devin.
I said quality, and you still couldn't answer that.
I already told you, the best win on both of their records would be Donaire.
It don't compare to, bro. You can't just say Donaire and that's it. Nah.
Who else he beat?
I'm talking about overall quality wins with an S at the end, not one.
How many wins does he have? That Tony. No. Tony, name multiple big wins that Inoue has that people would know. None besides Donaire.
What are you talking about? Tapales is an 18.
Nobody knows Tapales, and the nigga had 2 losses, my nigga. What the fuck? That's hardcore shit. That's not casual shit.
Nobody knew who Fulton was, who was undefeated. Who was
Fulton? That's Fulton. That's Fulton. That's number 2.
Was Fulton not? Was Fulton
nigga? Not? Tony, go. That's 2. Go.
So you just
exactly. That's what this. No. That's where it stops.
No, it's not. He bought.
All right, go.
He beat Jason Maloney.
The Maloney twins is fucking trash, nigga. You serious?
No, go ahead. You good?
All right. Go ahead. Rock out.
Was that not a champion?
Shit, was not one of the 4 niggas Bud beat at 140 champions?
Because
where you want to go with this argument?
We could
because Bud's run at 140 is way better than Inouye's run at strawweight or bantamweight or whatever the fuck he was running at.
It's not comparable when it comes to that, bro. Like Crawford
and this is what shit gets back to crickets because it's crickets.
How was his run at 140 better?
Because you knew who he fought at 140, and then you saw the niggas that ran from 140 that moved up to avoid Bud.
Who did he beat at 140 that was so spectacular? Ndongo?
No, fucking Dongo. This nigga had Victor Postol. You had motherfucking Danny Garcia. You had Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia left.
Diaz.
Yeah, Danny Garcia left 140 after he beat Amir Khan. Nigga, we really talking about this?
No, we going down to this. What's that guy? Diaz,
do you really want to go down? Do you really want to go down this road?
Charles, you made a statement. You said Victor Postol. Okay, Victor Postol. Every time
undefeated, nobody wanted to fight him at that time.
Okay, let's look at Victor Postol. Every top fighter he's fought, he's lost to. Every single one.
After Bud. Let that be known. After he lost to Crawford.
He's undefeated.
Okay, here's the difference. If you want to take
what's the difference?
If you want to take Postol and compare him to a Fulton beat every top fighter he fought.
He beat Figueroa. And
He beat Figueroa, and that was arguably you can argue that fight.
Huh?
You can argue that fight with him and fucking Figueroa. I thought Figueroa won that fight.
He beat Figueroa.
Nah, that shit
He
was,
did, but he didn't beat him convincingly.
He beat Angelio Leo, who was also undefeated.
That nigga was nobody. I'm talking about champions. Nigga, Bud ran through 140 and had motherfuckers leave 140 to not fight him at 140. Danny Garcia left 140 to avoid that fight.
How was he a nobody when Angelino Leo was the champion?
Nigga, like I said, he was a nobody. Just like Victor Postol.
Yeah, he was a nobody when he was literally the champion that Fulton got the belt from.
What's his record?
He was undefeated when they fought. I don't know what his record was. I know he was undefeated in the champion.
Who did he fight? But who did Leo fight before he got the Fulton?
Huh?
Did Stephen Fulton?
Who did he fight?
Fulton, hold on, real quick. Let me ask him a question. Do you think Stephen Fulton had a better run than Errol Spence?
No.
Before he lost. I'm asking you a question, Tony.
Let me ask you this.
Come on, man.
No. I'm answering your question. I answered your question. Now I'm going to ask you a question. I said, no, Fulton did not have a better run than Errol Spence. However, let's caveat off of that. Do you think Fulton was in his peak? And do you think Errol Spence Jr., after all the car wrecks and the drinking, was at his peak when he got in there with Terrence Crawford?
Here we go. But when he knocked out Danny Garcia, y'all niggas,
so that's
the truth.
Because I just asked you direct. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
I'm asking you direct. Do you think the Errol Spence Jr. that Terrence Crawford fought was the same guy prior to the car wreck?
I said he shouldn't have fought Danny Garcia, but all you dumb motherfuckers were saying this motherfucker was the truth.
And then the other question, do I think Stephen Fulton was at his peak, right? Like his prime?
Yeah, was he
at his
peak and was
but hold on. So if I say no, then that discredits the win for anyway. You understand that, right?
But you can't say no.
That's a bag, Loki.
You can't say no for not being at his peak because he was undefeated.
Yeah, but also you can't say that. But Tony, you can't say that. You can't say the same shit neither because when he fought Danny Garcia and Ugas, y'all niggas was riding on top. Oh, that nigga unstoppable, and got his ass whipped. So what's the fuck? What's the point we're trying to prove?
So when it comes to Fulton, and when he fought, no, when he fought Inouye, he had already beat recently four undefeated top 5 fighters in a row. 4 prime. You can't say he wasn't in his prime or at his peak or his pinnacle off the quality of opposition that he fought. When Errol Spence got in there with Terrence, what did he have? He was coming off of a fucking eye injury from, we know, the car wreck. Whenever he fought Ugas, he looked deteriorated. In fact, in the middle of the fight, he started looking around to see if his teeth had fallen out by his own admittance. And you're going to say that's the same prime fighter as Fulton is?
Okay. You said Fulton fought who? Right? Who did Spence fight?
Figueroa and Leo and somebody else.
No. This is where I put the nail. This is where I put the nail in the coffin. And what was their rankings?
What was whose rankings?
And what was their rankings? Ugas, Garcia.
What was their
rankings? What was their rankings?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why we comparing this stuff.
What was their rankings, Tony? What was their rankings? Since they were
hold on, real quick.
When Spence fought them, what was their rankings? They were all top 3.
Brandon Figueroa, when he fought Fulton, was
champion.
Ranked number 1. Was ranked number 1 of the weight class.
So Brandon,
I'm gonna let you bury yourself. Go ahead. The next one.
Spence was number 1. Yeah, go ahead.
When Fulton fought Leo, he was ranked number 2 in the division overall.
That's number 2. Go ahead.
So how am I killing myself? Please tell me.
No. Because when you said Spence fought Ugas, Danny Garcia, and all these motherfuckers, what were their rankings when Spence fought them?
Who said anything about Danny Garcia?
Jesus, here we go.
You're the only one bringing up Danny Garcia.
No. No. Tony, I'm bringing up the rankings because when Spence fought them, they were 1, 2, and 3. Nobody said shit about Spence's teeth, his eyes. All they said was this nigga was the truth. He got in the ring with Bud and got his ass beat. There wasn't nothing about. And I'm one of the first. And Black, you knew when he fought fucking Danny Garcia. I said that's a bad fight.
Where are you getting that Danny Garcia was in the top 3 rankings at 147?
Because Danny Garcia was ranked number 1 in the WBO. He left to go to the motherfucking WBO.
I mean, we can
That's
look
why
this
he
up.
fought
Let's
Danny
just
Garcia.
look up where Danny was. What year was that? Let's Google Danny Garcia real fast. Danny.
Because he left the WBO. He was the number 1
ended up taking it off him.
and he left.
We talking about global rankings. We can look it up. So,
but my whole point is, when you said he was washed up, the niggas he fought were 1, 2, and 3. So he ain't that washed up. He's not that washed up if he's fighting 1, 2, and 3.
All right.
Just like Bud. So what's the point you're trying to prove? That he was damaged goods somewhere down the line?
Danny Garcia, when Earl Smith Jr. fought him, was ranked number 7. Not number 1.
In what ranking? And what? No.
It's a link here.
And what sanctioned body?
We'll do the receipt. Since you want to see the receipt, I pulled up the 2020 rankings. Since we're talking about rankings,
because he was number 1 in the WBO.
Tony don't
slid out of that.
He was ranked.
He slid out of that and went to the WBC.
I'll name the people who was ranked above him. Earl Spence Jr. was ranked above him. Terrence Crawford was ranked above him. Manny Pacquiao was ranked above him. Keith Thurman was ranked above him. Sean Porter was ranked above him. And Nugas was ranked above him.
Of course, Spencer's gonna be ranked above him because he was a WBC champion. I'm talking about when he left the WBO. When he left the WBO ranking.
Oh my God!
So hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Let me say this real quick.
Let me ask you something. No. Hold on, Black. Charles, how was Danny Garcia ranked higher than Terrence Crawford or Manny Pacquiao?
I said he was number 1 in the WBO. He left that sanctioning body and left that sanctioning body to go to the WBC.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact.
I don't care.
He left that. Okay, you don't care. So then, that just answers the whole argument.
I made a statement. I said number 1 globally ranked. I don't care where he fell into one sanctioning body. There's 4 of them. If you go by one sanctioning body, that means you have 4 number 1 guys. If you go by one sanctioning body, that means you have 4 number 2 guys. You can't have 4 number 1s, 4 number 2s. If you go over overall ranking, which is what I stated, he was ranked number 7. And I just posted a link and named every single fighter that was above him.
So that's what you're going by. So you got one ranked 7 fighter for injury.
Overall global rankings. He was nowhere near the top 3.
Tony picks his shit selectively.
How am I picking shit selectively?
So now, because he's top 7, not top 3, but Inoue victories are better than Crawford.
No, what I said
because that was my argument.
We weren't even talking about Inoue. We were talking about Stephen Fulton.
Yes, we were.
No,
this whole shit started. Tony, the whole thing started because you said.
My panel, Charles, I'm going to talk now. The whole argument and debate that we were having right now was between Danny Garcia being a top 3 and the people that Fulton beat being a top 3. You had me naming people that Fulton had beat, and I made the statement that these guys were top 3 ranked fighters in the division, undefeated. Then you came back saying that, well, Earl Spence Jr. beat Danny Garcia. He was a top ranked 3 fighter. He wasn't.
Because that was the point that you was trying to prove when you said, well, his resume didn't really do nothing. Why didn't it? But how does his resume exclude from the other person's resume? So I gave you an example.
And I killed your own example with Fulton beating.
No, you did not. Nah, that's a negative, Tony.
Oh my goodness.
That's why you went left.
Respect to my brother Tony's views. I just disagree with you, man. The quality isn't really there. Now, you can argue the Stephen Fulton thing all day, but that's the only thing you're gonna argue because that's it. That's it, dog. If you think about it, man, it ain't really a whole lot to bark about with anyways. Track record, man. Yes, he is 2-time undisputed. If we being honest, the reason why I got Usyk number 1 because he fought in more challenging weight divisions. Crawford is second place. I thought he fought in a way more tougher weight division than Inoue had to deal with. Yeah, he has some adversity. I'm not saying the guy was just a cakewalk, but come on, man. When we talking about quality, like guys that's in front of you that can, come on, man. They got experience. They have a better resume. Guys, Crawford fought. You know they've been in there with top competition. Like you look at his welterweight run. Come on, man. Ain't nothing in the way done that can top that, bro. Nothing.
11 stoppages, 11
Look,
fights at welter.
just because
It's not. His run at 40 and 47, bro, is historical. It's going to stay in history. People are going to talk about that more than Inoue's two-time undisputed
yes, you
run.
know why?
Nobody remember it. I don't
You
even
know
know
why?
who he fought.
Black? Because 147 is a prestige division, meaning more
So
people watch it.
therefore,
Hold on. Let me finish because I let you finish.
you're right.
It is a prestige division, which means more people watch it. Not a lot of people watch bantamweight, super bantamweight, or we could go under bantamweight. Not a lot of people watch 126-pound, which he hasn't made it to 122s where he's at now, and below fighters. Really,
Where the hell did he start at?
people,
Did he start at like 105 or some shit? He's like lighter than that. Like
Yeah,
shit.
niggas that
What
start
is it
that
like?
small, it's
What is that?
already,
What they call that shit?
it's
Like
easy.
strawberry weight or what? Straw weight or some shit?
Okay, Charles, let me finish, please. The problem that you're
Easy.
having is you can claim that the fighters at 147 were better, but I would tell you that they're just more known. Had you been watching 122 or going lower, you would know how good these guys were that he got into the ring with. Just because there's no popularity on it doesn't mean that these fighters weren't just as good.
Okay, you're right, bro. It's a fact. We not, we're not knocking that, but I don't
Listen,
know.
in
I don't
order for
think
them to
that
go
I'm gonna put
undisputed,
it this way.
they had
I
to
don't
get
think
past
Tony
champions.
believes that. Hold on, let me just say this real quick. I don't believe that you think that Inoue had tougher competition and quality wins more than what Crawford had in his 4 division run. Okay, because I'm staying focused on the debate, the real debate that we've been having. But I don't see you winning it. In your mind, of course, you always think you win the debates, even when the debate is lost. But at the end of the day, I mean, hey, I just see something different than you see. You know what I mean? But Crawford, I see a lot more quality there. But like I said, Inoue might surpass him anyway. Because if I'm being honest, as a true fan, and I'm not no historian or none of that shit, but as a true fan of the sport, I don't like that he making this Canelo fight his exit. I don't like the shit at all. I'm disgusted by it, to be honest with you. I wish he was just about, look, just take care of business in your 4th weight class, become undisputed there, and salute to you, man, and exit and do it like that. Or just get out the way now, man. Like, it's already a circus with this Canelo shit to me. Now you making this, oh man, it's Canelo or nothing. Like, come on, man. It's disgusting to me, as a real fan of the sport. But it just is what it is. It ain't nothing I can do about the shit. But I gotta still be honest about the body of work, and I gotta be honest too that I have not watched a lot of this guy's fights in this run throughout his four divisions than Crawford. I've watched Crawford a whole lot more. I've watched Usyk a whole lot more than Inoue. So he's in the equation though. That's why I don't have no argument with nobody. If they say, hey, Inoue's number one, all right. I'm gonna make my argument about it and tell you, like, look, this is the points I'm making, and that's why I got him in that spot. But he's a hell of a fighter, like Troy said. I ain't gonna lie about that. No cap.
Yeah,
But
1 to 3 is interchangeable.
yeah, you can shuffle it,
You
however
got
you
3
see it.
fighters. You got 3 fighters who 2-time undisputed. That's never been done. So depends on what you like.
Well,
Right. So
here's
we ain't mad at you, Tony. It's just
I'm going to make this statement.
You got some big ass hands.
Inouye is more likely to be undisputed in 3 weight classes than Crawford is. I'm going to make that statement right now because
he can go to 126 or 130. Shit.
126 is
yeah.
5th weight
Yeah,
class.
the odds is that's why I said that. That's why I left that open. He was probably surpass him anyway.
Here's what I look at. Okay, this is why I don't have Usyk in my top 3 pound for pound. Okay, if I compare, Usyk has moved up 2 weight classes. Okay, now I understand heavyweight. there's no weight on it. Okay, it goes on forever. Once you're a heavyweight, you're a heavyweight. There's no, unless you count bridger weight, which he bypassed because it's a stupid weight class that shouldn't exist. But anyways, I digress.
Does that shit still exist?
When I look at Usyk, right, he has good wins. However, a part of pound for pound is I'm taking this guy, putting him against this guy, and if they were the same size, same weight, who do I believe wins? The way that I get that is by how dominant they are. When I look at Usyk, he lost at least the first 5 rounds to Chisora. He went life or death with Chisora. When I look at him, when he fought Daniel Dubois, who had already quit in a fight against Joe Joyce, arguably he got knocked out and got saved by the referee. When I look at him against Tyson Fury, I don't believe he really won that fight. Tyson Fury was toying with him until he got caught late. Again, the fights that he's won, he struggled in. The only fight that he really looked great in at heavyweight was against Chaz Witherspoon, and he did good against AJ. But all the other heavyweight fights, Tyson Fury, Dubois, Chisora, he struggled. He struggled. Now, if I look at Terrence Crawford's run at 147, he dominated everybody in his third weight class. If I look at Nui's run right now, currently in his fourth weight class, he's dominated everyone. So these guys, even if I look at Canelo at 168 in his fifth weight class, he dominated everybody at 168, completely dominated them. It wasn't until he went into a sixth weight class at 175 that he couldn't dominate anymore. He struggled against Kovalev, ended up winning, I think, in the 11th round, I believe, by a jab knockout. And then Bivol completely embarrassed him. But it took 6 weight classes for him to struggle like that. So when I look at dominance, I don't see Usyk being as dominant as a Crawford. I don't see him being as dominant as an Inoue. I don't see him being as dominant as a Canelo in their weight classes when they've gone up. So that's why I don't have him there. Now, if you go off of pure wins, I can understand your point of view. If you go off of names, then yeah, you could put Usyk up there as number one. But I don't look at just names. I look at how dominant they are. Because if you're struggling to win, that's a lot different than coming out there and mollywopping every person in front of you. And that's what Crawford did at 147. Bluetooth died, Charles. All right. If I'm still on, you're more than welcome to come back on. You already know, Charles, whether we agree, disagree, all day, nothing but love.
Damn, man, Tony, bro, this Usyk topic.
Crawford, Inoue, and Canelo are just way more dominant than Usyk's been. Even at cruiserweight, Usyk struggled to get wins. He's never been dominant. He's always won, but he's never been truly dominant in any weight class he's been in.
I just don't like that we throw Canelo in the dominant conversation when this is a guy who got 2 losses and 2 draws. He's not really in the same class as those top 3, man. And I get it. You got your own list, but it's a lot of flaws. There's a lot of other stuff going on in that equation to where, yeah, you can throw Canelo up there if you want to, but that's a fan perspective, man. That guy is not that guy to me. I mean, like I say, here's a blueprint on how to beat him. He had to cheat to get an edge. It's just a lot of factors with this guy, Canelo. He's getting a new belt every time it's a Mexican holiday. There's an agenda for this guy to stay relevant and to do what he do. But the guy's not that top guy, man. He's not, bro. Come on, man. Like, are we for real with this Canelo guy?
At 168, who challenged Canelo?
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Who was he? Who has truly challenged him at 168?
Bro, he was challenging almost every fight, bro. Be honest with you, what you call it? He beat Billy Joe's ass, but it was some challenge there. He beat Caleb Plant's ass. It was some challenge there. Even Ryder gave him a little challenge. Triple G even gave him a little challenge towards the end. I was just like, damn, can they let this dude get back in it? It was just it's been some challenges for Canelo, bro. That's why I said it's been about 3 years since he's had a knockout because it's challenging, bro. Even with like, why you couldn't knock out Jermell? I was like, get him out of here. You know,
it's survival mode. It's hard to knock out somebody who's playing.
Come on, man. Jermell Charlo, who clearly was there to get paid.
Look,
knock this man out. I was like, come on, get rid of him, bro.
It's like
I was so mad at Canelo for not knocking Jermell out, bro. For real.
Look, if he doesn't knock out,
go ahead.
I'm just saying, that's virtuoso. I'm like, if you don't knock out,
if he doesn't knock out Berlanga this weekend, bro, I gotta start asking questions, man.
If you don't knock out this man Berlanga, bro, if we talking about this man, the elite of the elites, okay, you're supposed to knock out Edgar.
Yes.
This is the egg, bro. Crack this man head open, bro.
Well, he's gonna knock him out.
Okay. So even you say, Tony, this is supposed to be a knockout fight, bro.
Look, if he doesn't knock out Berlanga, he needs to retire.
I'm saying, bro, this is ridiculous.
I'm being honest. If he cannot knock out Berlanga, he needs to retire.
Because the skill gap is so far, like in my mind, that I'm just like, nah, bro. Berlanga has no business being in the ring with a Canelo Alvarez. Because I give him that much respect. There's levels to this shit. And Edgar is not on that level at all. I don't care if Canelo was coming off the couch, bro.
Knock this dude out, bro, for real. I can't see this dude carrying him past the fifth.
Well, look, if Berlanga survives him, then what I have been saying all along, Billy will beat Canelo. Because if Canelo cannot knock out Berlanga, Billy's gonna beat the brakes off of him because he's done. Put a fork in him, he's done. Because I don't think Berlanga could survive any of them at 168 at the top. In fact,
he's not even supposed to be there.
I think Caleb Plant would spark Berlanga.
Oh hell yeah, that's a cakewalk.
I'll be right back.
Caleb.
Y'all two talk. Chime in.
Yeah, he'll make him look silly.
I got Caleb for that fight.
I just don't think. Yeah, I just don't think. Berlanga should be sticking around all along against Canelo for fucking $90. Nah, fuck out.
Are they charging that, bro?
Yeah, $90 for that. Tax included.
I'm Team Stream, dog. They got life effed up out here, bro. They tripping.
Yeah, I'm not, bro. I'm not an admitted thief, but I'm just the best I can do is a cover charge, $20.
Oh yeah, I'm paying for that.
Yeah. But
wait a minute,
there's no excuses.
That's not this weekend, right? The AJ?
No, that's next weekend.
Okay, cool. That would be too much going on one weekend.
Yeah, man. To me, that's a more intriguing fight than Canelo versus Berlanga, man. Because I see young Daniel. I think he's growing up a bit, man. I think he's I think he's risen to the level of competition, that sits in front of him. Him beating Hrgovic, getting him out the way, and Gerald Miller, who I thought he beat Andy Ruiz legit. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, those judges, but
I agree with you.
I think that's gonna be a great fight, man. I think it's gonna be someone's gonna go out. Somebody's gonna go out, but yeah, it's gonna be tactical and yet aggressive at times.
Wait. Did you say something about Gerald Miller though and the Ruiz?
Yes, I thought Gerald Miller beat Andy Ruiz. I thought he fairly
okay, but is they supposed to be a rematch?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think they're moving on from that.
Yeah, that was a clear. I don't know what the judges were looking at, but yeah, you could continue, man.
So yeah, man, I think that's a way better card than this Saturday one because honestly, I don't know how people can go on with this shit. So yeah,
far better card. Also, I think shout out to Daniel Dubois. You had a good little run. But I think that's where it stops, man. I honestly think it's going to be a brutal A brutal knockout. I got AJ,
I
man.
think so too.
I think
I think
AJ
so
gonna
too.
catch this man with a nasty knockout, bro. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. But Daniel Dubois, does he deserve to be here? Yes, he deserves to be in this fight. But Daniel Dubois, AJ is a different monster right now. Pay attention to certain fighters. And these last three fights, he's been on a different kind of mean streak. In each fight, it seemed like he gaining more confidence and more anger or something, like more of a mean streak to where it's like, damn, Daniel, it's your turn. That's how I feel. It's
Yeah,
your
he's
turn,
out for
Daniel.
blood.
Mm-hmm. Because he been at the top already. He like, I'm gonna get you out the way, man, because I really need to get back to the top. You know what I mean? And you definitely not the top.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
AJ got a different mindset. And Daniel Dubois is not scared. I mean, he determined. And he want to
Right.
impress Queensberry and impress, his people, everybody that support him. But AJ a different beast, man. He's a different animal. And when they wake him up, hopefully he,
I want Triple D to beat his ass.
Why, bro? Damn.
I don't like AJ. I don't like him no more. I do not like AJ. I've always liked AJ. I've always respected AJ, but I do not like him. I've lost all respect. You got AJ. AJ, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. Ever since he got his ass whooped by Usyk twice, he's just been on some other shit. Like he's running up on fucking college kids, high school kids. He's trying to run up on Daniel Dubois talking about blah, 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 blah. I'll hit you with this chair. No, the fuck you not. Sit the fuck down. Ain't nobody scared of you. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with AJ's mental, but I hope Daniel lands that shot and puts his fucking lights out.
Man, you rooting for the underdog. Okay.
Well, if he acts so humble, AJ acts so humble, it's like, okay, where's that dog in him? What's up with AJ?
Yeah.
It's like this. It's always in a lose-lose situation.
AJ can't win out here with y'all, man.
Nah. I think, but you know what? That's a sign of being the best fighter. Because, like, when you're the best fighter, you're held to a higher standard.
Yep.
Look, Black. It's not about that. In real life, okay, I'm not no fucking world champion. I'm not no damn professional boxer. I'm not doing anything athletic other than working out anymore and doing some sprints because I'm trying to get lean back out. If a fucking 120-pound college kid yelled some shit at me with me being fucking 264 pounds, I'm not going to give two shits what the fuck he says. I'm not going to run up on him. The fact that AJ is running up on these little midget kids because his feelings are hurt just tells me that he's weak.
Oh, I didn't know nothing about that. But you're gonna still feel some type of way. It don't matter what size somebody is. Somebody say something disrespectful, you be like, what?
Them kids. It's time
you
to
gonna
learn
say something,
manners, bro.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
It's a former world champion.
Right? You put some respect on my name, Birdman voice, man.
Bro, like I said,
don't play with me like that. No.
I hope Daniel can land that shot. I just hope he can land it. Because I know if he lands it, AJ
it's gonna
going
take
down.
more than that, bro.
He better throw. He better throw and hope he don't get countered. Man, AJ counter game is on 90% right now, bro.
Look,
I gotta give him credit on that. You make any mistake, he light you up. And Daniel Dubois, he next.
Look, Black. If Hellenius could light him up, I think Dubois has a good shot.
What you mean? He didn't light AJ up. I don't know what you're
talking about. His nose was all busted by the end of the fight. He was bleeding all over the place.
Man, I'm tell you one thing, bro.
That was straight punches, bro. Daniel doesn't throw much straight punches.
He threw the jab.
You gotta have leverage. Yeah,
his jab is gonna be the best bet.
He throws a good jab.
He got a very strong jab. That's the best bet. If he can really disrupt what AJ doing with that jab and just be accurate, then he gonna be able to do something. But I don't know. I don't think so, bro. I just think he next. Tony, he's next, bro. This is gonna be another highlight Y'all think he gonna go more rounds than what's the UFC guy name?
Oh,
Ngannou?
Ngannou. Yeah, I
Oh, for
think he gonna go
sure.
more rounds.
Oh man, you know what I hate about
for
Ngannou?
sure.
Like this motherfucker was on the Deontay Wilder tip talking about he felt like somebody had spiked his water. Like he was like,
Yeah, that bullshit.
and I had so much respect for Ngannou because you're in a sport that you don't belong in. You never competed in.
Yeah, say it ain't so.
Huh?
For real.
For real, what?
He said something about somebody spiked his shit.
Yeah, so like for Ngannou, I had a lot of respect for him because he never competed in boxing. No amateur record, no nothing. Just UFC bullshit. And we know they can't fight because Jake Paul stops them all. Anyways, like, I'm sorry, UFC fighters are trash. Like, I don't give a fuck who they are. If Jake Paul is knocking out your greats,
Yeah, he just blaming UFC people for no reason, bro. Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
yeah, so like I don't think these dudes can fight, and I don't think they can take a punch because every time they get punched, they go to sleep.
In boxing, they do for real, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Like you put them in there with a person who actually knows how to throw a punch, they go 99.
So as they cross over, they go shit, damn near cross over to that upper room, damn near. Like, damn, wake them up.
They're over there with Jesus. But anyways, I had a lot of respect for him. He fought AJ, he lost. I knew he was gonna lose because like going into that fight, I was already worried because he was like Tyson Fury was the hardest puncher I've ever felt. And I was like, that's not good saying that Fury hurt you and you're about to fight AJ because that punching power is on a different level than Fury. And if you're saying Fury was hurting you, what's going to happen when AJ hits you, even with a weak shot? So I already felt bad.
Wait, Usyk said that?
Huh?
You said Usyk said that?
No, Ngannou.
Okay.
Ngannou said Fury was the hardest punches he had ever felt.
Okay.
And some of them hurt him. But my thing is this: after he lost to AJ, he was like, I just wasn't feeling right. Like it's like I was in a daze. It's like I drank some water and I was half asleep. Like when I got in there, I felt tired. I was so sleepy. They started the competition way later than it was supposed to start, and I felt like I was asleep in the ring.
Damn, they got him. They got him too. Damn.
Him and Deontay Wilder. Gosh damn.
Dang it. We liked you, Ngannou. What happened, man? It ain't got to you.
Yeah, he's a humble dude, but I didn't like when he said that.
Yeah. And then he had a tragic loss. I heard he going back to the UFC though, right? Don't he got a fight coming up?
No, he went to the PFL.
Oh, my bad. I don't be knowing the difference, so I don't really watch it. But what's the difference though?
I don't watch MMA. Like UFC, we all know what UFC is. PFL is different. It's kind of reminds me of like the Golden Gloves. They do like these tournaments, and then they get a champion off the tournament, and then the winner gets like $1 million plus paycheck. So actually, if you win the tournament, you get paid more as their champion than you do as a UFC champion, which is crazy.
Oh, okay. Unless I heard what Clarissa's in that shit, right?
Yeah.
PFL, because she said that a lot. Because she got like one more. I think she said she got like one more fight deal or something.
Yeah, Savannah Marshall went over there too.
Yeah, and Savannah.
Yeah, he's been chasing her.
Yeah, I think she said she wanted to fight Carissa too in that shit, but I guess they offering the bag if they leaving boxing and getting in there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I prefer they fought in the ring rather than the octagon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because that was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I think in like MMA, Marshall probably has more of an advantage because she's a lot bigger and stronger. And I think MMA would benefit her better than boxing because you could tell Clarissa really couldn't hurt her, but it was the swarming that she couldn't do nothing against. It was just too much volume for her to handle. Like she was just getting overwhelmed. And in MMA, you could just grab somebody and lay on them, and then you win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that they will even be doing all that grabbing and shit. They'll be just still boxing in there and shit. Like, man, this is a fucking boxing match, not even MMA.
Maybe.
They'll just resort to doing what they normally do, just throw the hands, stand up game. You know, what's that dude? I'm about to say Conor McGregor, but do Conor Brilliant got a fight coming up?
I don't know. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck.
he was supposed to fight like this dude named Michael Chandler, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's coming back to MMA. I heard some shit
Is it
about he's gonna run for president in Ireland.
run for president?
Yeah, in Ireland.
Conor Brilliant need to get off the drugs, man. Yeah, that's come on. He got to get his mind right. He don't need to be running for
Daniel
anything.
Kinahan's gonna be his campaign manager.
He said who?
Daniel Kinahan is gonna be his campaign manager. If you don't know who that is, that's fine.
I don't even know that. I just, what they say.
Like,
It's an Irish drug lord.
yeah,
Oh,
he's this really big cartel person in Ireland.
he's associated with him. Damn. Hey,
A lot
man.
of the fighters are like Terrence Crawford was, Tyson Fury. Like he was really deep in boxing.
Yeah, I saw a little bit on him. A little bit of a video or something on him. All kind of stuff was going on surrounding him. But yeah, man. Like, this guy, him and Ryan, they just be on the internet calling out people. They call out like 8 people a week. That's their thing.
Yeah, but Ryan can
it's a
fight.
Castries era, man.
Yeah,
Ryan can
about people
fight.
every week.
He can't box, but he can fight.
Oh yeah, like I knew he was gonna be Haney. Like I have been saying it for years. Because here's my thing, and this is what I look at. Okay, the bottom line is this: if I'm a knockout artist, and me and you fought in the amateurs, and I beat you 3 times to where my power has been neutralized, and I can beat you on the scorecards. The minute we go pro, you're fucked. Because if I can outbox you when I have no power, the minute I can touch you with my power, full power, you're fucked. And I knew he was fucked.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, let me hold you to that, right? Do you think Keyshawn Davis has a shot to beat Andy Cruz in the pros?
Fuck no.
Damn, real?
Kiki gonna get his ass whooped.
Kiki.
Again?
You said again?
Man, that dude be bro. He called himself Kiki while he be playing with his hair. Fuck that dude. I hope Andy Cruz old ass beats the fuck out of him.
He said old ass.
Yeah, he's probably 36, right?
Me and Andy are probably the same age. I'm damn near 34. He's probably pushing 34 too. That's why Andy's trying to rush into a title match because he only got about a good 2 to 3 years before he'll be no good anymore.
2-3 weeks. Yeah. Hey, age different out there, man. Damn. That Benjamin Button effect. But yeah, man, shout out to him, though, man. I mean, I don't know if Keyshawn would beat the guy, but Keyshawn, more fights, more experience in the pro level. And
I don't think Kiki's that good.
I don't think he's that good.
I think he's too wild.
He's decent. He's decent. We got to see him.
He's good on the inside, but like he can't. I don't think he's a good boxer. Good inside fighter, but not a good boxer. I think if Andy Cruz makes it a fucking like a dance, then Keyshawn's gonna lose on the cards again. But if Andy slows down, if Andy Cruz makes it a dance, like he tried to be an outside fighter most of the time, he's gonna beat Keyshawn on the cards. I think, depending on the politics. But if Cruz slows down, because I've never seen him go the distance. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen him go through the gears. I think Keyshawn is yeah, Cruz. I'm talking about Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz is already going the distance in 10 rounds and never slow down.
10 rounds?
Yeah, 10 rounds, not 12 though.
Not 12, but I'm just saying, like, if he slows down, right, I think that could benefit Keyshawn. Because I've never seen him go the full 12. I might be wrong, but Keyshawn has to make it a dogfight.
Andy's never been in a 12-round fight, but he's fought 10 rounds to decision.
Okay.
It was as one-sided could be. Like there was no line in the sand. It was just his side. Like every guy that he's fought has been just completely one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Andy Cruz is too talented. I think he's like a Lomachenko. Like he'll be like Lomachenko. He started late in his career because I really believe he's pushing 34.
Right.
He's at least 32. He's at least minimum 32 years old right now. Minimum.
Could he beat Tank?
I think Tank would have a hard time beating him because I don't know if Tank could catch him.
He said Cruz got rocked his last fight.
Cruz won by knockout in his last fight.
Oh man. Make sure they threw that out there. He got rocked.
Yeah, he knocked out what the fuck was that dude's name? It was like Antonio some shit. He knocked him out. It didn't even go like, I think it only went like 6 or 7 rounds.
Oh, Antonio Moran. That's a guy that Devin knocked out like 5 years ago.
Yeah. You know, they didn't take their time with him. I don't think they should just shove him into a 12-round fight, you know, with somebody.
Yeah, but you gotta understand something.
What, 3 fights?
Sukuna?
Like,
yeah, it was his 3rd fight because he's had 4 total. Sukuna, you gotta understand something. Against Antonio, he fought completely different. He went in guns blazing looking for the knockout. He didn't fight like he normally fights off the back foot, being an agile counterpuncher. He went in there seeking destroy. So he left himself open for punches to land on him. But I mean, you say he got rocked. I say he had a good shot landed on him. And then soon after he stopped him. I didn't know who he fought. I clearly said his name was Antonio. I didn't remember what his last name was. Like, what the
man,
fuck?
shout out to Sakuna, man. He would make sure we know he got rocked.
Yeah, but the dude said I didn't know who he fought, but I said his first name. Like, how the fuck do I know somebody's first name and I don't know who he fought?
Yeah. Who else on that undercard? So, main event, AJ, Daniel Dubois. Who's the co-main event?
What's that?
What's the co-main event for AJ and Dubois?
Oh, fuck. I don't even remember the card off the top of my head. We could Google it.
I don't know, but I'm going to buy that card. But...
It's only $20.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Turkey, man.
You could spend $20 watching AJ versus Triple D, or you could spend $90.
He keep doing this. Might start calling him Unc. You know what I mean? What up, Unc? What up, Unc?
I clearly said his name was Antonio.
Like Uncle Turk.
I'm trying to see the fight card. Hold on, that's not the fight card. Because it is 1:50 a.m. in the morning, and we have talked about all the way down to 122, all the way up to heavyweight.
Yeah,
like, do you know how many fucking fighters we've talked about in this 2-hour stream? And then I forget somebody's last name, but remember their first name. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why.
You don't understand. We be all through these divisions.
Real quick.
I know.
Go ahead.
I get that. I get that Warrington sells tickets locally over there in England, but like, I don't think it deserves Anthony Kakashi. I think it should be Sugar Nunez. That dude can fucking fight.
Okay, Warrington is the co-main.
Warrington.
Yeah.
They got Josh Warrington?
Yep.
Yeah,
Man.
Josh Warrington. Filling up with Josh Warrington.
This is what I don't understand about Josh Warrington is he's coming off of 2 losses and they got him fighting for the IBF title.
I was sitting there thinking, like, damn, they love the hell out of this
man.
dude because he always be in these big events.
Do you remember his last fight against Lee Wood? He was completely stopped.
Bro.
Yeah.
What is with this Warrington guy that they just can't just let go? I don't know. It's like the Dak Prescott shit or something, man. Whatever, man. Anyway.
I thought the Buatsi fight was the co-main, but it's not.
Oh, Watsy, damn.
Yeah, he's fighting Willie Hutchin, the guy that beat Craig Richards.
I gotta look him up. Hey,
Yeah.
I think they gotta fight. Hold on. What's today? Well, actually, it's Tuesday now because it's 12:51. Tomorrow they gotta fight. Damn, what's the dude's name? He undefeated. I looked him up. I think I'm gonna put a little bread on the opponent because dude is undefeated too. He got 2 draws. He undefeated. He fighting. Damn, let me look it up. Let me look the shit up real quick and I'll let y'all know.
What channel is this on?
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'll let you know. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know about a fight tomorrow. Not that I can think of.
Yeah, the only weekday cards I think about is the Pro Box. Come to mind.
Yeah, Pro Box, we streaming fights all the time.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they came out like out of nowhere.
Funny thing,
Okay,
man.
I gotta get his first name.
I'm hearing that DK is behind that too.
All right, so Tony, it is gonna be on Pro Box tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Wednesday. My bad.
Who's fighting?
Diaz
Because that's usually what
versus
they're on Wednesdays.
Martinez versus James. Let me try to get the first name right quick. But that should be a good scrap. I think Martinez should win. Martinez I was looking at some footage on him. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, he's
What
one
weight
of
class?
them ones. Say again?
What weight class?
This is, I think, 168, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, Lester Martinez is his name. Dude can scrap. And he's the one that beat Gongora in his last fight. Did y'all see that fight?
Oh, you're talking about the Guatemalan guy.
He's from, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Guatemala. I never seen him fight like live, so I'm gonna tune in tomorrow, Wednesday, and to see him. And he fighting some guy named James. I forgot his first name, but I did watch some footage of him. He makes a lot of mistakes that I think Lester Martinez is gonna be able to capitalize on, but it should be a fun one while it lasts. But that should take place on that Pro Box. But I was trying to remember. But yeah, Lester Martinez. Y'all watch out for him.
It's probably a setup for it to be a showcase fight for Martinez because that Gongora win was really good. Like he came out of nowhere. Like I remember that fight, but outside of that one fight, I've never seen him fight anybody else.
And he's supposed to be on the undercard of, I'm trying to think, because I seen an article. Lester Martinez is supposed to face. Who's he supposed to face? It's supposed to be a pretty big name. Is it in Billy or no? Not in Billy.
Oh shit, he get fucked up against him, Billy.
Trying to think who they trying to line Lester Martinez up with.
I don't know, but I believe M. Billy is the number one guy behind Canelo with 168.
Damn, was it in Billy?
You know who's gonna probably fight M. Billy next?
Who that?
Munguia.
Nah, I don't think so. McGee don't want that. I don't think McGee want that work.
I think
Although that would be a fun fight.
I think that's gonna be next. I really do. Because I don't think that's gonna fight him.
And I like him, Billy, but if I'm being real, from that fight versus Damarchenko, I seen some shit. I was like, yeah, he's gonna need to work on some shit. And somebody like a Berlanga might be able to.
Nah,
Like I don't know. I just think like the mistakes defensively, McGee's height and his reach, might be some problems.
The thing
And I
about
really,
Dermachenko is he's made everybody look bad. He made Triple G look bad. He made Daniel
yeah,
Jacobs look bad. He made Munguia look bad. Really, the only person who looked good against him was Charlo when he beat him. Like that
yeah,
was a one-sided beatdown.
yeah.
And
So
then after
that'd
that,
be interesting. Styles make fights. So Dermachenko, you're right. He make everybody look bad, but
yeah, and then you got to think after
Yo,
Dermachenko.
I'm disappointed in Munguia, bro, because he should have held on to working with Freddie Roach. He's with this guy. I forgot his name.
he'll move on.
What's it?
Do you
Ain't
think
nothing
Freddie Roach
Garcia,
is
right?
a good trainer? Like has he had any champions of late?
Freddie Roach.
Yeah.
Not that I can think of,
I
but
think
like
his guys been
it's
getting
to
a lot of his
me.
guys been getting beat. They've been getting beat
Yeah,
in the
that's what I'm
championship
saying. Like
fights.
Freddie getting up there in age, and then he's got that disease too. So
I don't understand how he's still holding the mitts at this point.
yo, that's what's crazy.
Even,
Like
bro, even with
when he sits, he's like, but when he gets in there with them fucking mitts, he looks like he's back to normal. Like that shit
even
don't
with
make no damn
Parkinson's, I
sense.
think he's a more reputable trainer than Eric Morales.
Oh, Morales a trainer? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even shit, Freddie Roach. I think Top Rank put out a video. I didn't get to watch it, but I saw the headline said something like the best trainers that used to box or something like that. And then on the thumbnail it had Freddie Roach. I'm like, oh shit. They gonna fuck around and put fat ass Bo-Mac on there too. And
Oh,
Derrick
shit.
James. Gonna put all they business out there in the streets. So they had losing records. We gonna find out.
Mm-hmm.
Shit,
Well,
man.
that's what I've always said though. Like, you don't have to be good. It's something to teach it. Like, if you can truly understand it, you just might not be able to physically do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You could just have the mind for it, and that's what I think it is. Like a lot of trainers, and vice versa. You could be the best at doing it and be a horrible teacher. Like I think a lot of these guys, like, look, I like Roy. I used to go to his gym when it was in Pensacola, Florida. But that dude as a trainer is not that good. He knows how to teach you how to fight like him. All the advice he gives is to do what he did. And yeah, just not up there on the training skill set. But you take a guy like, in my opinion, Ben Davidson, who's never been around boxing, who just understands what he's seeing and knows how to break it down to the fighter what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? Right? It'll just be like certain people who've done it at the top of the level. Like Floyd probably as a trainer, they probably be like, man, Floyd ain't shit as a trainer. You know, like I said before, you throw the jab, throw the right hand. They be looking at Floyd like, damn, bro. Anything else you gonna show us? And they be on to the next. All the people keep leaving TMT. You know what I mean?
Well, Floyd can never train you because he would go in there to show you how to throw a jab. And then instead of you throwing the jab after him, he'd go into like a 40-minute speech about how he threw the best jab.
Right. My career, all I did was hard work, dedication. Like, damn, man, I want to hear all of this, man. I just want to get better.
It started with this jab that I'm showing you right here. I jabbed my way to the victory against Canelo.
Ding,
He's a
ding,
hell of a
ding.
champion.
Matter of fact, like I said before, let's watch this video. One of my highlights. Like, damn, man.
I'm telling you right now, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the reason why I don't want to see Terrence Crawford fight Canelo Alvarez. Because when Canelo beats him, I guarantee you not even a second will go by and Floyd will be out. You know, Terrence Crawford, he's a hell of a champion, but I beat Canelo in his prime. You know, I made it look easy. I can't believe y'all would compare me to Terrence Crawford.
Like I said before, I beat Canelo when I was 37 years old. Like I said before, I'm the best. CBE. Right.
I'm telling you. I'm
He
telling
gonna
you,
field day with that shit.
For the green
I
of Canelo,
don't
yeah,
want to
sure.
fucking hear it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to see it because he is going to do it. He is going to come out of nowhere talking about how good he is and how
Yeah,
Crawford can beat him.
yeah. We not gonna ever be able to escape the Mayweather era if that happens. Yeah, be right.
Exactly.
Crazy dog. But it's like I don't know. I be questioning like why is Crawford pursuing this Canelo fight so tough? And so I'm like, is it like to prove to the world that you just as good as Floyd or better by beating Canelo?
Payday.
Like, the little guy who beat the bigger guy, the skilled little guy who beat the bigger, the big skilled guy. So I don't know. I'll be trying to figure out like, what's your obsession with this? Like, is it just the money or you want to prove a point and then exit and like, look, I beat him too. Mr. Me Too looking at,
I
I
think
beat him too.
I think he is wanting to sell his own and go out with a big bag. I think he's
Come on,
proven
but you
everything
really
he
think
can
Crawford
prove.
trying to go in there to loot? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is I don't think he's going to lay down, but
mhm.
he's going to lay down. Like I don't think he's going to willingly lay down.
like the
He's going to
Jamil
lay
thing,
down.
like the Jamil thing.
Yeah, I don't think he'll
So
do
you
that. I
think he
think
doesn't
he'll
have a
fight.
strategy going into this fight to start making a big bag, right?
What's that?
I say he doesn't have a strategy going into the fight to start making a big bag, right?
No, I believe he'll come with a strategy, but when he hits Canelo, like when Jamel hit Canelo and it has zero effect, and then Canelo hits you harder than anybody you've been in the ring with, and you realize you can't hurt him, but every time he touches you anywhere, it hurts you. I think it's all gonna like his world is gonna collapse on him, and he's not gonna know what to do. Yeah, like I just think I don't think he believes in his mind he'll lose. I think he'll go in there to win, but in my opinion, he's just selling his soul because you're not going to go up 14 pounds and beat this dude. You're not going to do it. You're not. He's going to walk
Nah,
through you.
I really don't want to see this. I didn't even like the fight even before the Madrigal fight because like you're not acclimated to a new weight class just like that.
Well,
Like,
think about this, Virtuoso. When Crawford weighed in the night of the fight against Israel, he weighed 169 when he weighed in, right? That's the weight Canelo cuts to. Canelo
exactly.
is going to be 25 to 30 pounds heavier than him by fight night.
Yeah, because they don't. This is where Turkey fucks up. Is like he doesn't understand the concept of weight classes. It's like, bro, the weight class that you make, right? The weight limit that you make, that's your starting point. Because then fighters hydrate, to a weight that they normally perform at, And Crawford has never performed over 170 pounds. Like, sure, he's performed up to middleweight, but as a super middleweight, no. Nah. When he's gonna be going up to like light heavyweight or like just above light heavyweight, it ain't gonna happen, man. The weight disparity is like when people were so concerned about Canelo being bigger than Charlo, they kind of worded it wrong. What they're not understanding is that Canelo hits harder. His shots are heavier, because he's used to fighting, at that weight, and he's hits hard. So when you hit by somebody that weighs heavier than you, that's more dense, yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna change your approach, and I don't think Crawford can survive that.
Yeah, I don't think he can survive it either. Like, I don't think he's tall enough or long enough to stay away from Canelo. Like, he's got a longer reach, but they're practically the same height. And I think he gets trapped against the ropes. And I think the first time he gets hit solid, the whole dynamic of the fight changes. I think he might do good, like Kell Brook, maybe for the first 4 to 6
I don't know.
rounds. But after he
I
gets
don't know if
hit,
he'll be pinned to the ropes because the thing is, I would rate Crawford's footwork over Canelo. It's just
right, but
the
listen to
shot
what I said,
selection and the
Virtuoso.
countering could be a
Listen
problem.
to what I said. Kell Brook had much better feet than Triple G. But once he got hit that first time, fuck it. Amir Khan had much better feet than Canelo. if we want to stick with Canelo as an example, the minute he hit Amir, even though Amir's got a glass chin, it was over.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I just think he's too small. If Crawford was a bigger dude, I think he would beat him hands down. I think he could beat him, but there's just too much of a weight difference. He's just, and there's too much of a power difference. Like when you're stating after a fight that Israel is the strongest guy you fought, and you think Israel's strong, what do you think Canelo's going to be when he gets a hold of you?
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be night and day. Even between Madrimov and Canelo, because like Canelo, listen, he literally broke a guy's face at 168, and that dude's never been back.
No,
ever since.
Billy Joe's been done.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like that fight, man. I think Crawford should just look for another. If he could get a fight with Fundora, that'd be great. I would love to see that fight a lot more than a Canelo fight. I think it would be just as challenging, but I think Crawford could have ways with him more than a Canelo, because Canelo absorbs punches. He's got an iron chin. Fundora, he could be knocked down, but he's gonna have to deal with that pressure on the inside, and that's gonna be a challenge for him. We'll see if he actually answers the call with that mandatory defense that the WO raised on Fundora. I don't know if he's going to defend that title. I'm skeptical of that because PBC fighters move differently. That's all I gotta say. Listen, man, I gotta run, man. It's almost
time. I'm gonna end it here too because everybody go on. You about to be going. It's 2 a.m. plus. I'm still up because I took some pre-workout, had a very short workout, so all this damn caffeine is still in my body. And that's the only reason why I'm up. But have a good night. I appreciate you hopping on. And to all those people who listen, thank y'all for listening. Hit that thumbs up. I never say it, but please do it. Anything you want to say before we go? All right. Have a good night.
Yo, good night, man.
Yep. Hey, to everybody listening, that guy right there that I linked, UGC Flame, he has a channel. Search UGC Flame. He will come up. First one that you see. Go to his channel. Subscribe to it. On that note, I'm out. Y'all have a good night.